We are. Why is the game slightly out of play? I just fixed you, game. Hang on. I need, I need to check on how everything is going on the the live stream side, and then I can fix you. I literally moved it and had it like adjusted to like where it should be. Um, before stream started, and then as soon as I look over after I hit start streaming, click start on the YouTube side, and then I just like look up and I see it. I'm like, what? How did you? There we go. Good, good. Hang on, is my mouse picking up? There we go. Okay, it is here. Hello there, Riddler. How's it hanging? How's it going, my man? What is up? Boink. We're just here back playing visual novels finally. It only took us like wanted to stop by real quick. I'm driving to Stephen. Oh, I hope you enjoyed the movie. Tell me how it is. I hope you had a great rest of your night watching that. That sounds way better than being here. So oh, that's so exciting. I hope you really enjoy it. Again, tell me how it is next time we talk. Cause yeah, I'm probably going to be seeing it next week. Next week is when I'm going to be seeing it, so it's going to be a little while. But hello to you too, the inserts. Have a good time with it. Gosh, that's so cool. That's so fun. I can't believe it's like out. Like I know, like, has it been over a year? Yeah, it's been over a year now. That's so weird. That we were like, because we waited for like the first FNAF movie for like so long. Like genuinely like over a decade or something like that, it felt like. And then like the second one is it's just here already. I'm going to be watching it with my friends. That's so exciting. I'm also going to be going out with my friends and maybe my brother to go watch it over break. It's like over like the weekend or something. Or probably like over like Christmas break, do you mean? The holidays. That's probably what you meant. No one really calls the weekend the breaks. Thank you, I will. Awesome, awesome. Hope you enjoy it. That's so good. I'm excited to see it again, despite the fact that like the first one wasn't like, oh, the most groundbreaking horror movie of all time. I'm like, I still had like a fun enough time with it. I did in fact point at the screen and clap when William Afton said, I always come back, you know? I love that I almost ruined the most iconic line in the entire franchise, you know? So yeah, it was a good time. Also, I'm gonna go watch Hamilton. Where are you watching Hamilton at? I have never seen Hamilton, despite the fact that I'm like really big in like musical theater. At least like I was in like high school kind of era. I've fallen out of it a bit now. I mean, I still really enjoy it. It's just like it's hard to see. It's like it's expensive to go see plays and stuff like that, so it's really hard to keep up with when you have like bills to pay and stuff like that. But I really like musicals. Me and my mom, we've been to a couple together. If I told you where I was watching it, I'd leak my state. I didn't think about that. So thank you for not just answering the question. Thank you for using your brain, because someone in this live stream needs to, and Lord knows it's never me. So thank you for not saying that. Oh, but I'm so excited. That's so cool though. I almost went on. I moved on like mentally, and I was like, no, we need to come back to that, because like I really like a lot of how the soundtrack sounds in Hamilton, but like it's always such a different experience when you're the one who actually like watches it, like when you're like there watching it live and experiencing it. It's like very, very different. So yeah, it's just exciting. Wait, no, it's not in my city. Wait, it's not in my city. One, am I saying, is a completely different state. Okay. But even then, I mean, I guess that if it's in a completely different state, there's not too big of an issue, but at the same time, maybe just like refrain just in case, you know? Just because you never know. People are weird on the internet, you know? Gosh, I love the shading down here for like the tear ducts. I don't know. I don't think I've ever noticed that on this image before. That's so, and it looks so good and stylized with it too. I'm so excited to be back. We haven't played a visual novel probably since like the summer, right? It hasn't been like the summer, I think, since we last played a visual novel. Which the last time wait, no, because we were playing Why Not. When was the last time we played Why Not Both? In my brain, I was like, I thought that was also the summer, but it might not have been. There's no way, right? There's no way it's been that long. Hang on, I'm checking. Lives. Oh, well, I guess we played Slay the Princess during October. I always never count that. Oh, and the Fall in Love Festival was 2 months ago. And then, yeah, that's also when we finished Why Not Both was 2 months ago. So it actually hasn't been, like, the longest break ever, but it's been super long since we played this game, which is, like, so sad because I really like this game, and it was the thing I was most excited for this year out of, like, any release of anything. Outside of maybe, like, the Demon Slayer movie, but, like, that was such a specific case, you know, like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. But even then, I don't even know if I was more excited for the Demon Slayer movie than I was for this. So yeah, let's just go ahead and, like, we're gonna get back on into it. You ever just forget that you're alive? Unironically, sometimes. I feel like it's just like sometimes you just like disassociate from life for like just like a, at least for me, it's like just a second. Usually happens when I'm like in the shower. Like I'll just kind of like disconnect from everything. It's kind of gotten to the point of like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, should I take a shower today? Like I don't really smell bad. I don't really do anything to be like get stinky. And it's like, I probably shouldn't, because when I go in there, I'm just going to completely, like, zone out, essentially. You know what I mean? So, not a good time. Yay, time for Demon Yuri. That's the vibes I get from this game. I mean, it's not really far off. It is, like, Dark Yuri, so... Watch streak reached. The Riddler is currently on a 7-stream streak. Oh, let's go! Let's go to Riddler! Heck yeah! Alright, let's get on into it. Now, I was planning to play this yesterday, but there was the issue of it didn't have my save all ready to go. God, I love the way that the eyelashes is showing, like, give it, like, depth. I don't know. Everything about this game visually is so just... Wait, no, turn off the auto. Do not be doing that. Hang on, I need to scroll back. Because while I was having, I was having, like, autoplay in the background while we streamed Bloodborne yesterday. So we kind of need to rewind it just a bit. Okay, yeah. This is the beginning of the scene. I'm gonna stab someone. Don't worry, they're cake. As long as they're cake, you know? Imagine someone makes an apocalypse movie someday about how, like, everything and everyone's been replaced with cake and only a few people are left alive. And the cake, like, obviously the cake, either the cake has to be sentient, or there's, like, the main villain's, like, a baker or something. But yeah, again, no preamble, no nothing. We're just getting into it this time. Sitting on what even happened last time? What even happened last time? I mean, we had the whole big emotional scene with Yasui. I learned to never doubt my queen again. We met her sister. That kind of summarizes it. There was a lot of trauma. You just summarized an SCP, unironically. Listen, I'm just that creative, you know? Oh, also, I guess I should mention, yeah, we're streaming way earlier today, just because, like, my work ended a lot earlier than it usually does. And I was like, I could sit down and start something else, like, to do other things, but I'm like, I really don't want to sit down, do it for, like, an hour, and then just have to come back to stream and then go back to it later. So I was like, I'm just going to sit down and stream a little earlier than I usually do, go for a few hours, call it kind of thing. Then I could just do everything after. I doubt her. Well, that's rude. Again, she kind of assuaged any and all of my doubts. SCP-871. What is... I'm so scared. SCP-871 is a collection of 237 cakes. Is cakes. Infinitely replicating cakes that double in number every 24 hours. How is that dangerous? That's so stupid. I mean, I guess it's, like, dangerous and, like, the... That was also the how is that dangerous was, like, something that I was reading on, like, the thread that was describing it. Wiki.dot. Upon creation of an instance of SCP-871, 3 Class D personnel are to be escorted by armed guards to its cell, where they are to be sealed with the instance and induced to consume it. That's such a weird... That's so weird. That's so goofy. I kind of dig that. Just being like, the way that we keep this cake from overflowing and consuming the world, we just have to have prisoners eat it. Like, there are definitely worse things to do in prison than that. But anyways... Sitting on a bench downtown, I idly stare upwards at the sunlit sky. The sun is warm here. The noise of cars is gone, and the music of stores silent. Basking in the surreal surroundings, I rub my arm from the aching wound. And a couple of women chat while carrying children on their backs. A dapper gentleman gives a smile and a nod to them as he strolls along, his cane tapping beside him. My vision's briefly blocked by a rickshaw trundling up the road, an old woman enjoying the excitement of the ride. I can't help but see them as people, despite them being little more than actors performing an elaborate script. For this isn't the world of the Meiji era, but of Yasui's mind, an immaculate replica of a past age, but a replica nonetheless. Also, apparently I was getting a performance issue from having the SCP thing up, so I just closed out of that tab. Yet the sun still shines warmly. The bench I sit on is sturdy and carefully carved, and the buildings up and down the street are built of crafted wood rather than glass and concrete. Rather than uniformed staff silently poised behind counters, hawkers yell to the passing crowds from open-air storefronts. Horses neigh as people wrestle their bridles, their scent carrying in the air. How strange that a false world should feel more real than my own. This is a city vivid, almost lurid with life. Oh, apparently we're just having some connection issues right now, so if there are some difficulties along the way, that is why. The city conjured by the woman quickly skipping over in her cheerful sunflower-colored kimono. Yasui's face is no less warm than the sun beaming over her shoulder as she smiles down at me, but as I come to my feet and her eyes meet mine, I can only think of Yonohara's. That darkness I felt from her sister is entirely absent from Yasui. As I catch my reflection in Yasui's calm gaze, it's difficult to see how the two are related, let alone sisters. As her conjured fan disappears, however, I am reminded of one similarity. The two are mages. That same power Yasui used to create this world, Yonohara also possesses. If their powers are opposites, then... Is something the matter, dear? I forgot what the voices I did for them. Also, if you don't eat the cake, it will multiply until it fills the entire earth. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was reading on there. It's like, yeah, hang on. Is the YouTube... How's the Twitch live stream doing? Is the Twitch live stream doing good? I'm getting some errors on the... Hang on. It looks like it's doing good. Yeah. It's just the YouTube side struggling, but that's okay. The important ones are doing good. But yeah, like, again, that's why it's like such a perfect. Let's go. Excellent. That's why it was such like a weird, like, SCP, because it's like, it is bad if you let it go unmanaged, but the fact that it only, like, doubles and duplicates every 24 hours, it's like, oh no. This week we need Jonathan to eat the cake. Next week it's Henry. Next week it's Ashley. It's like... I mean, I guess you should have people doing it every day, not once a week, but like every single day. And it's like, as long as you're just like rotating people in and out, it's like, I don't know, it's not like the worst thing ever. The shadow demons are back. Ah, not again. That's a rude thing to say about all the lovely villagers here who are very real people and not just the replicas or anything like that. No, no. I should tell her what I saw. For days now, I've rehearsed how to explain that meeting at the cemetery. Oh, yeah, we kind of need to have that conversation of like, hey, I met your sister. I met the person who you said you want to kill, who trapped you here. You've been trapped here for so long, and it's all her fault. And hey, I just kind of oopsie-daisied into her one day. Yonohara's words weigh heavily on my mind. Speaking of a past Yasui never told me. A past of suffering, of loss, and of anger. But as Yasui stands before me now, I can't find the words. No matter what I say to her, it would only bring pain. So I choose the coward's option. No, no, come on, tell her. Nothing. It's just this place still feels as surreal as the first time I visited. She accepts the words cheerfully, which only makes me feel worse. I loathe this side of myself. Yasui moves to speak once more, but her eye is drawn to my bulging pocket. What? Oh, bulging pocket. I read that line. I was like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, oh, it's a pocket. It's a pocket. Right. My mind narrowed too much on the bulging part. She knows what my phone represents now. A rare link to the outside world. Did we turn Yasui into an iPad baby? Did I seriously just make a new slur for shadows? Yeah. Wait, I hate those damn shades. Did I just seriously make a new slur for shadows? Yes. I guess that just goes to show your hatred. I mean, Kudos. No, I shouldn't be saying kudos to that. No, for real, tell her. Because then Yasui could be like, listen, all you have to do is just snap Yonohara's neck, and then I'll be free. Wait, did I say it? Oh, yeah, I didn't read that part. It takes me a moment to remember what I'd brought with me, being so wrapped up in Yonohara. I can think of a few people who are wrapped up in Yonohara. My hand reaches in my pocket to pluck it out. Her eyes following with poorly hidden curiosity before eagerly taking the device in both hands as I hand it over. I thought you might like to see how the modern world looks like, so I've been taking some photos over the last few weeks. Cute. Stop it. Yasui looks back down to the phone as I unlock it for her, her expression lighting up as the black screen comes to life. She's already worked out how to open the photo gallery, pausing for my approval before gingerly tapping it. What the freak? These are just... I kind of love this, though. Just some real A-looking pictures. I mean, actual pictures. That's so funny. But that's also, like, really, really cool. Because I'm going to assume that these are actually, like, taken in Sapporo, you know? So, like, it's kind of so cool for, like, us as the audience to be able to see them. Yeah, like, looking down here, like, the buildings and everything, and, like, the cool kind of lights that get all set up. Also, look at the good old doggies. Look at the good old doggos. That's really cool. I'm not a great photographer. They're just some photos I took around the city. All I can do is awkwardly fiddle with my hair as she scans every inch of the thumbnails before pressing on the first new entry. That's the street my house is in. It's fairly normal. It's a fairly normal residential area these days. Oh my gosh. Honoka just doxed herself. Oh my gosh. I kind of blanked on her name for a second. That's what that pause was. I kind of blanked on the name for a second before I was like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, it's on my screen right now. I could just read it. In my defense, though, it is partially obscured by my camera. So, SCP-027 for real is a statue of singer Rick Astley measuring 23 centimeters high and bearing the inscription, "Get Rickrolled." The statuette continuously plays the song Never Gonna Give You Up. Whoops, I didn't mean to copy and paste that in. Yeah, no, for sure. I love accidentally copy and pasting SCP-027 into, like, random places. It happens to me all the time. Why did I have that on my clipboard? I don't know. Why did you? That's such an excellent question. It's almost as if you're just ready to rickroll people. Actual pictures. Yeah, this is so cool getting to see this. Like, again, like, just, like, actual pictures, like, a completely different place. Like, it's because of that kind of, like, it adds to the feel of it that I'm like, oh, I don't really mind that they're just actual pictures. That's a car. What are these cables in the air for? These walls, they're not wood, are they? She's so cute. Stop. Oh my god, that was a look of death on Honoka's face right there. What was that? That was amazing. Honoka, you have the funniest thing, and rickroll her. She's just gonna be like, I gotta show you the sickest thing ever. Starts being like a video of like the most scenic, beautiful place ever, like that like Honoka could possibly get to before it just snap cuts to Rick Astley. Oh, perfect. Peppered with questions from the very first photo, I try to answer each in succession. While pointing out this and that, I'm forced to think about the details of modern life I'd simply taken for granted. That's awesome. That's awesome. Already exhausted from just a single one of the dozen or so I'd brought along, I take a seat beside Yasui as she sits to go through the others. The Hokkaido government office! Oh! Yes. Yas queen. Listen, Yasui, you may be a queen, but please don't cut me off. That was so rude. Alright, I'm trying to read for you so that other people know what you're saying. The people who are listening to this, no, I didn't mean to click on. That was my fault. Hang on. Go back. Anyways. She looked dead, like Adelaide. Why is that? Why did you remember her name? What? Did you only remember Adelaide's name just so that you could specifically call back to it and hurt me? Something I want to do is, because I have a stream deck now, I want to get some of like the monologues from Studio Lawn like put in there as like audio clips that I can play with it. Justerfly Suzume like kind of introduced me to that idea and like recommended it, because they also do a very similar thing over on their streams. I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun. And part of me wants to get like the Adelaide's kind of like final message put on to the stream deck, just so then, because I feel like people would definitely use that just to cause me emotional pain. It costs a lot of channel points for me to play it, but it would be an option. Maybe. Okay, well, that basically sounds like a yes from you. The Hokkaido government office, it's still there. Those buildings around it, though. That was a terrible voice crack. I've never seen anything that tall. Is that glass? Hang on, I need water.
これでも高層ビルに比べるとかなり小さい方よ。後ろに映ってる大きなお皿みたいなものは地球の周りを回ってる衛星と通信してる。
They're pretty small compared to some skyscrapers. That dish in the background talks to a satellite floating around Earth. I may have moved a little too fast. Yasui's mind's still stuck on buildings made of metal and glass. The amount that's happened since the late 19th century is a little staggering now that I think about it. Yeah, how about we wait till, like, the next update to start introducing the idea of, like, satellites and stuff. She flips to the next in the stack. A bright red vending machine piled with snow. I certainly don't recognize this.
自動販売機って言ってね、効果を入れると選んだ飲み物が出てくるの。広まったのは何年後かな。
It's a vending machine. You put a coin in, and it gives you a drink that you choose. They got really popular in the years after. Ah, that's another topic which will be beyond her. For all the wondrous advances we made beyond her time, the sufferings of war are barely imaginable, even to a modern person now. Yasui catches my dark expression, waiting for my explanation. That's not something I want to burden her with. Not now, anyway.
そのことについては話すことがありすぎるから、今度本を持ってきて説明するね。
There's a lot to cover around events that happened. If you want, I'll bring some books and go over them another time. With some hesitation, she accepts the blatant sidestepping. I wonder how Yasui would react to the horrors my world has faced compared to hers. Yeah. Returning to the phone, she swipes across to another photo, as townspeople mill about us. The woman carefully examines every detail in the shot. It's fascinating to watch Yasui swipe through the gallery with one flick of her thumb and then another. The woman whose lived experience was stuck in the Meiji era, navigating a phone with increasing ease. It gives me a new appreciation for how quick humans are at adaptation. The questions she once peppered me with soon become rare, before she finally goes entirely quiet. One after the other, she slowly makes her way through the gallery, immersed entirely in a world she can never touch. As minutes go by, I realize that this is the only thing I've ever seen her do in total silence. Photos of cars and trains, decorative lights and advertisements go around the city at night. Arcade machines and teens playing them at game centers. People using computers and playing with mobile phones. Bikes, houses, restaurants, alleyways, and busy roads. Just everyday things. Trivial, meaningless things I'd so often walk right past. All of which utterly fascinate Yasui. I expect to be narrating the experience, explaining this or that. Instead, she looks on in simple, silent wonderment. The feeling I have while watching her is a little wistful, perhaps like a parent watching a child experiencing something for the first time. Everyday life must be very strange from the perspective of someone from this era. From soft drink cans, medical advances, life is more comfortable than ever. For better or worse, we advanced. I do love that all the people's faces have been censored out, though. Then Yasui reaches the final photos. Crowds waiting at train platforms. Tourists dragging luggage about. Salarymen on their way to work and shoppers on a busy weekend. don't know. She's gonna start like getting depressed that it's like she can't go out and experience this kind of stuff. The last photo is a shot taken from downtown, practically from where we sit. Screens and advertisements cover the tall buildings, looming over snowy streets, thick with random people. A photo of nothing in particular, just people living their lives. Looking to Yasui, her aura changes. She showed me so much delight and modern curiosities, but her longing for that world behind the glass screen is palpable. No, not the world inside it. The people inside. My heart sinks as Yasui's lips begin to quiver. I soon realize that this isn't the fingers of sadness plucking at her strings, but barely repressed anger. As she hands my phone back to me, I notice her knuckle going white from her grip. That woman. So much has been taken from me. All for what? She forgets my existence for some time as she quietly repeats the question into the thin air. I don't dare speak up. Yonohara's existence would only rub salt into the wound. As much as she may grieve those she's lost, Yasui's anger at the one who took them from her is no less raw. Even having met Yonohara, though, I can't guess at her reason for sealing Yasui away. She seems a perfectly kind, warm person compared to Yonohara's cold, even arrogant demeanor. Time to think over our brief talk hasn't helped endear her to me at all. If there was any way for me to help, even just to get revenge for you, get you someone like Honoka, someone who's willing to get revenge for you. Slowly reminded that I'm here, her mind snaps back into the present as she looks back towards me. The hate in Yasui isn't stifled that easily, her stilted smile hardly convincing nor reassuring. There's nothing to be done, dear. The fact I have someone like you here is enough. She reaches over to stroke my hair with her right hand, but as an odd fit of burning willpower sparks inside me, I tightly clasp it with my own hands instead. I might not be much of use to anyone, but for the woman I love... You don't have to hold back. I'll do anything for you, Yasui. Then stay, Honoka. Just a little while longer. Stay here with me. She gives an indulgent smile as she clasps my hands with her own, staring into my eyes as she does. I smile, or try to, but my eyes are so barely free of tears. I'm reminded of those words spoken in the cemetery, where one avoided company, the other adored it. She lived for the attention of others and charmed anyone she met. There's no doubt the two are truly related. Yonohara knows her too well. How Yonohara could do this to her own sister, I don't understand. No matter the reason, one walks free and the other languishes in a cage. For Yasui, my life will appear a momentary flicker. No matter how deep our love, I can't free her nor raise a hand to Yonohara. Our time together will be but a blink in her lifetime of solitude. Whether in my world or hers, I can't save her. I don't like the way the music just abruptly cut out like that. That scared me. Act 1. Wait, we never finished Act 1? A paralyzed... I thought I could have sworn that we finished Act 1. Wasn't like the big... I thought that the big scene with like all the fireflies and everything was the end of Act 1. Oh my gosh. You know what? Hey, good news. We have so much game left. That is exclusively good news to me. Oh no. There's more of the thing I love. That sucks so much. Wait. I have too much free time in regards to you remembering Adelaide. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. You're just being a little silly and a little goofy. Imagine if she asked for a Coca-Cola in real, realizes the cocaine's gone. Like, wait, she's just like, hey, oh, can I get some Coke? And then Honoka brings back a can of Coca-Cola, and she's like, this isn't what I'm talking about. This doesn't have the same hit. I don't really remember the plot. I do remember the girl cutting herself though. So basically, for my tiny brain, basically Honoka found a book that gave her access to blood magic, hence why she does need to cause herself harm. And that's one of the spells she found is the ability to go back to this world where Yasui is entrapped. And not to go like too deep into the woods of explaining it all, but basically the story is a lot about like Honoka dealing with her own like self-worth and like image and like how like her kind of like falling out of like viewing like life in like very positive ways while also meeting other characters along the way. But the two main people that you need to worry about is Honoka and Yasui. And again, Yasui is trapped in this cage, trapped there by her sister Yonohara, the one that we met in the cemetery, who is also a mage, obviously by the fact that she like trapped her there. Also, magic is real in this world. That's just an important part to know. Wait. The theme is going to be not to take things for granted, isn't it? I I think it's going to be about a level of like keep like loving yourself and not like kind of losing yourself in like the world essentially and like to sadness and stuff like that. I think that's kind of like again, this is just like based on like feelings that I remember from the game. I'm sure like if I went back and like replayed like the openings of the game, like the all the scenes up to this point, I'd probably have a stronger like grasp on what like it was going for. Um but I do think it's going to be like that kind of thing. And also like but taking things for granted probably isn't going to be that bad of an idea because like it's very much so is touching on like the fleeting nature of life. Like that's something that's been brought up a few times is how short everyone lives compared to Yasui essentially. The shades for all for funnies. It was just a prank, probably. Yeah, it was just a silly prank, guys. Not that serious. Here's the question: if you were to get rid of one modern day thing, what would you get rid of? YouTube Shorts. Next question. Oh God, my internet's going down. Oh no. Oh no, please. No, YouTube connection. Stop. Stop being good. The Twitch. Okay, Twitch connection's back. The YouTube connection's bad again. I love this. It's just seesawing between which one wants to be terrible, the Twitch side or the YouTube side. Neither one of them are allowed to be good at the same time. But no, in all real, I had a sentence I was gonna say. But the words just weren't coming out. Base, dude, I know. YouTube Shorts are like the lowest form of content on the planet. It's 99% just AI made garbage. It's just AI voices over movie clips explaining what's going on in the clips or being like, did you notice these 10 secret details in Has Been Hotel Season 2? Hidden detail number 1. The show takes place in hell. And it's like, I definitely didn't pick up on that one. It's like stuff like that garbage. But in reality, I'd probably like take away like all the generative AI stuff unironically. It would probably be that because not only is it like just robbing from creators, like people are like genuinely like having like their work taken and used by AI to like generate stuff that like they never consented to. We are legitimately at the point where it's taking away jobs as like more and more companies are using it for like to make AI posters or to make AI trailers or to make AI like animations and arts and yada yada or like and now we're literally at the point where Amazon put out the first official AI dub of an anime and not just of like any anime but Banana Fish. I haven't seen it but I know like it is like very highly regarded and it's like so unironically it would be the ability to do all this AI generative AI kind of bullcrap, especially because we're also getting to the point it's now having a lot of effects outreaching from there, where like the RAM required is starting to become so much that the prices are skyrocketing because now all the AI bros and junkies are now like gobbling up all the RAM that they can get their hands on so that they can keep running their stupid AI bots. So you know, it's a fun time that we're living in. I didn't think that the AI overlords were gonna be in my lifetime, but we are here. We are here. Um, then again, the way the siblings are fighting, yeah, no, for real. They're just like, it's my turn with the connection. Oh my gosh, step bro, I'm stuck with bad connection. Can I get some? Then again, my most popular YouTube video is because of shorts, and I probably wouldn't do YouTube if it wasn't for it. You know, that is completely honest though. My most popular things are also my shorts. I need to get back to uploading those. I'm just like, dude, editing things is just takes so long. I'm almost done. I am so close to being done editing down the Silent Hill 2 Let's Play series that I have going for the other channel and a lot of other stuff. Like I'm doing like so much like uh preemptive work so that I can upload things at a consistent schedule. And the same thing's going for shorts too. Like, yeah, no, like a lot of my shorts, like not all my shorts are like absolute bangers, but me like taking like 5 seconds to be like, hey, is Genshin Impact worth playing? That's like 500 easy views right there. A lot of my Resident Evil ones are like well into the hundreds, some of them nearing like 200s. Several of like the Breath of the Wild ones like also like jump up to like nearly 500 views. Oh, one of mine, my favorite. Hang on, I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna be a little self-aggrandizing right now. Don't judge me. We're gonna watch my most popular one. Oh my gosh, wait, why is this one so popular? Wait, what the freak? Oh, one of these got uploaded twice. Weird. Weird. One of them got uploaded twice, and it's not even like that good of one, but it still has like 1K views. Hang on. Oh my gosh, wait, what the freak? This Resident Evil one popped off. Unironically, I think my Resident Evil shorts are my favorites. These are like the only things like most people don't know that I'm a VTuber that I know personally. But the only thing I've ever shown off to people are my Resident Evil shorts. Hang on. God, this would make me sound like such a dick. We're gonna watch these. I'm so sorry, game. I came back to you. We're gonna take a little, no, should we? Do we want to? I don't know. The Riddler, help me out here. Do we want to watch these? I was about to, but I'm like, should we really derail to watch my own? We're reacting to my own shorts. Like that feels wrong. um anyways, cold take. Artists should be only if I get to bully you. Then okay, then we can do it. Here, let me get this, like, let me mute the game really quick. I'm so sorry, A Tithe in Blood. I truly do love you with all my heart. Despite the fact that I never play you, I do love you. Like, just thinking about like tonight, like getting to play you again filled me with like so much joy and wonderment. Volume mixer, there we go. Let's go ahead and mute that really quick. And then we'll pull up these. Which ones? I don't even. Hang on. Oh, okay. I'm currently like scouting out the ones that I want us to watch really quick. Hang on. Where's the good one? Okay, here, it's right here. Hang on. It's so low quality too. The visuals are so low quality. It's so bad. I'll get 20 views if I'm lucky. See, that's the thing. Like, a lot of them are like at like some of the ones were at like 1 or 2 views. Like, it was like very, very low like that. It's just sometimes I got lucky, you know? Sometimes I just got a little lucky. Here, yeah. Let me get this pulled up. Where's my reaction screen? Oh, it's right here. Oh, I just need to switch over the sources. Boop. Yeah, here we go. It's so stupid. This is so dumb. Hang on, let's go down and then up. There we go.
You. Why don't you put your forehead to the screen for
Oh, no. We're not watching that one. I hate that one. I don't know that thing. I don't know why this one's popular either. We're not watching that one. There we go. All right, your turn. I love that one. It's the dumbest thing, but that's what makes me giggle about it. When I was like going back through and like editing down like the Breath of the Wild series that like turn into like all the shorts and everything, I'm like, this one's so dumb. All these other ones are like small snippets of like the game, you know? Like the point of like the short series where to be like, oh yeah, let's like take you on like a very, very condensed version of like the journey of playing this game. And then I threw in this one because it makes me giggle every time I see it, basically. Dark is the dad who never around for Tithe and Blood, that still cares but is too busy with the children. What do you mean? What does that mean? What? No, I want to watch that one now. Nope. Nope. If you want to watch that one, you could. Why does it have 518 views? Why? I thought it was so stupid. I was literally just like making shorts, being like, I really want to get like keep up like the shorts going and help like my debut like be like big and everything. And then like I was like, this would be such a funny thing. And then I was cringing the entire time I was editing it. But I'm like, listen, I took the time to make it. I'm gonna upload it right now. It's so dumb. Why does it have so many views? What's another good one? Oh, this one. Oh, I love this one. See, like some of them also just get like no views, period. Like again, like the Resident Evil stuff like varies so much of like 1, nothing, 2, 55, 1,200. You know, like there's so much variance on it. If only there was a YouTube channel where I could watch them inside the link. I'm giving you setup. Use it, please. You know what? Hang on. I got it. Hang on. Time to be a YouTuber. I need to get my own link. Hang on. Give me just a second. Hang on. The Godslayer gameplay. What is that? Godslayer? Hang on. I'm getting distracted. Hang on, I need to open something in the background really quick. I need to open a few things in the background really quick. Okay, hang on. There we go. I'm going to my channel. Here, everyone, if you want to watch all of my amazing... Hang on, nope, pausing that. That's what I'm going to watch later. If you want to watch all of my amazing, incredible shorts, bam! Check me out on YouTube. If you're over on the YouTube side, go to the channel. Thanks. Thank you, Riddler. I appreciate it. Okay, so the other games are your other kids, and you're too busy with them to take care of that one. What are you saying, right? What do you mean? Listen, I feel like you've gotten so far into like an analogy or like a metaphor for this, and I'm like, I feel I'm lost. I'm a little baby grasping at straws. I'm like a COD player. Metaphors scare me. It's a pretty simple analogy. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is at all. Re-explain it from the beginning like I'm 5. And while you do that, we're gonna watch this one because I love this short. This one makes me giggle every time.
Try and be stealthy here. So let me watch his patterns. We're actually
It's so stupid. I'm the worst video game player of all time, especially when it comes to stealth. That is such an accurate representation of me trying stealth in any game ever. It's so good. It's so good. Although there was one Resident Evil short that I couldn't upload because at the time, way back in my day of 2023, when I started like uploading all like the shorts and everything, you could only like upload a minute long one, and there was a Resident Evil one that was like a minute 30 seconds, so it's only over on my TikTok, which I also haven't uploaded to in just about forever. But yeah, it's so funny going back and looking over these because some of these have like definitely changed. Like I'm pretty sure like after uploading this one, it didn't get like any views up until apparently it just shot up in popularity right now. So weird. So weird. Anyways, who wants to go back to playing the game? Who wants to go back to playing the game? Let's do that really quick. Block. There we go. But hang on, but the Riddler, I'm still waiting for an explanation of your analogy because I'm stupid. Some people find comfort in cafes. Hang on, I need to pull up the YouTube chat. I put it down. There we go. Some people find comfort in cafes, chatting with friends. Others at coffee shops with workers while discussing the day ahead. Some would tinker at home, surrounded by this personal project or that. That's my favorite thing to do. I love being at home and either working on writing, drawing, videos, insert any other project. I love having little projects to work on at all times. It's why I never have time for my friends or family. For me, that place of comfort would be the Meiji world of Yasui's mind. Until then, though, the library will have to do. As the shuffling of Shino's work echoes about the quiet room, I silently scan the passages of my favorite book, Isabella Mora, Les Rimes. I forgot how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure we looked up like the pronunciation for that, and I forgot. Its pages aren't worn from age, but from use. It was this which sparked my interest in Italian literature to begin with. Her rather more useful book lives on my desk undisturbed. Nobody can know about it. Nobody can know about us. Oh. Whenever anyone says something like that, I kind of get that little like, ugh, no. Immersed in reading the collection of her sonnets, I come to the final verse of my favorite poem. Her grief-stained words take on a new significance, absent-mindedly mumbled under my breath as I read them.
夏も冬ももはや私を傷つけることはない。暑さも寒さも感じられないからだ。兄弟よ、希望は等しく虚しい。
Already there's no harm in summer or winter, for neither heat nor frost is ever felt. Therefore all other hope, brother, is vain. Yes, those will be the final words of hers, which I remember. With that, I close the book before me.
その本好きなの？
Oh, it's Shino! Oh, my girl! Let's go. Listen, there's one other character that I'm really excited to see again, but we'll see if we could get to her this stream. Oh, I miss you so much. Hang on. Okay, so you're each of the game's papa. In this analogy, you're too busy with the other kids playing other games to take care of Titanfall or play it. Where did Titanfall come into this analogy? Have we talked about Titanfall before? I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. But yeah, that is unironically not a bad way to talk about it, because I am very much so way too busy for most things. I mean, hey, I've spent a year and a half playing Elden Ring and I still haven't finished it yet. You know, it takes me way too long to get through games, but you still love it. Yes? I'm stupid. I don't remember what this game is called. Oh, a Tithe and Blood. That's what this game is. Yes. Okay, now that you substitute a Tithe and Blood in with Titanfall. Excellent. Beautiful. I understand the analogy now. That was like part of the thing that was throwing me off, but I get it now. Who? How dare you? How dare you? It's Shino. It's Shino. How dare you? You do what to the final verse? You gotta, you know, memorialize it. But yeah. Now I understand what you mean. You like that book? Oh, it's her! Look at that smile! Ah, I love her. Shino's friendly voice makes me look up. The box beside her, previously full of books to shelve away, now empty. She sure isn't the type to enjoy a comfortable silence, nor a quiet moment without some distraction. She can distract me any day of the week.
イザベラ・ディモーラの詩集。注釈が書かれていて、時々読んでるの。
It's a collection of Isabel de Mora's poetry, with some notes and things. I read them every so often.
へえ、そうなんだ。イ
Oh,
ザベラを知っているの？
you know her?
全然。
Not at all. Her attempt at striking up a conversation is earnest, if nothing else.
にしてもよく読めるね。それ、イタリア語で書いてあるんでしょ？
I'm impressed you can read them, though. They're in Italian, I'm guessing. I give another quiet nod. While not wanting to be abrasive, I want to keep this word... Whoa! Why is that still the jump scare? Why is that still the jump scare? Why? That was... Oh... Oh, it's December. I don't need it to be a jump scare anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, I take back what I said immediately. I don't even need to hear a word that she says. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I need to hear everything that she ever says. Oh, wait. I want to keep this world private from her. Okay, yeah. Isabel's work is difficult to read given its age, hailing from the 16th century, just as a certain other book, but is no less captivating for it. Indeed, that goes to show the universal nature of her feelings. Looking back down at the book's worn cover, a familiar feeling rises within me. A wish that I hadn't taken this road, that I'd been interested in normal things and led a normal life with others. Even now, I can't help but ward off Shino's overtures.
時々思うんだよね。 読書家のほのかちゃんの方がこの仕事に向いてるんじゃないかって。
It's funny. Sometimes I feel like you should be the one doing this. You actually like reading after all.
本が好きじゃないの？
You don't like books? I imagine like the look on Honoko's face right now is just like, how dare you?
最近じゃネットの記事以外ほとんど読んでないな。それにイタリア語なんてさっぱりわかんないし。私なんかよりほのかちゃんの方がとっくに上を行ってるよ。
I barely read anything outside of articles on the net these days. Don't know a lick of Italian either, so you're doing better than me already.
なんだか自慢してるみたい。
You sound almost proud of that.
その逆だよ。むしろ恥ずかしく思ってる。この大学の学生ってみんな私よりずっと優秀なんだもん。私なんて学ぶ時間がないわけじゃないのに、怠け癖のせいで何にもしてないだけ。
Just the opposite. I'm a bit ashamed, really. The students here are all way more talented than I am, and there's nothing stopping me from learning other than laziness.
人生で学べる時間なんて限られてるのに。
You only have so much time in your life to learn new things, I suppose.
ああ、時間がないわけじゃないよ。それは確かなんだけどね。
Oh, it's not for a lack of time, that's for sure.
私はどっちかっていうと、広く浅く勉強したいタイプみたい。って言えば通じるかな。
I suppose I'd like to learn a little about a lot rather than a lot about a little, if that makes sense. That's actually an interesting way to go about it, because I feel like I can kind of be ascribed to that just because like the amount of like things that I like to do and like the amount of hobbies I have and things I'm trying to learn is that I'm trying to learn a lot about a lot is kind of like the way that my brain is working. But these are just the different ways of like going about it, where I feel like learning a lot about a little is usually like probably how like no. I was like, maybe that's like how most people would feel. But I feel like most people are like, people put a lot into little. So it's like, let's say like a lot of people are like, yeah, like video games are like the main thing like that are my hobby. So like those are the things I'm going to pour my time into learning. And then that's like what they're like really good at. And then other people are like, oh, but like art for me is like what I really, really love to do more than anything else. So that's what I pour like all of my time into doing. Maybe like a little bit of time into other things. But like that's where like a lot of my time goes. Like I like what she's saying does make sense. Shino and I really are nothing alike. Oh? Oh, I thought that like something was like I thought like the light coming in from like the window was gonna be like fireflies or something. Hang on, we need to go back. I'm so sorry. Trying to put her out of mind, I glance out the window. Oh, Honoka's again like she's becoming so detached from the world. And I feel like that's like going to be like a very big part of like the themes of this game is to I didn't mean to do that. Is like about reconnecting with it, with other people, to not kind of like stay trapped in this despair that she feels. The depth of winter isn't far away, with the snowfall only becoming heavier and the sky more overcast. How do people live so easily? Shino can smile and chat so thoughtlessly just as Yasui does. Instead, I just have a hollow, an emptiness that indulging myself in books can't fill, no matter how hard I try. I perhaps hoped that finding love would fill that void, only to have her denied from me thanks to my health. Yet Yasui smiles every time we meet, while I walk free in a gray world.
どうしていつもそんなに明るくいられるの？
How are you so cheerful all the time? Something breaks within me as I say the words. No, it's simply an admission that I was already broken. Hang on, did I think I might have... No, I didn't overclick. Okay, I thought I did.
明るくいられるの？
She's adorable. I don't need to hear her speak to love her. You know what? You do you. I hear the ringing again. A hollow knight gets shot. Oh, I get that. Well, I kind of don't get that. I mean, I know that you said Hollow Knight. I know what the RE is. But I kind of get that reference. Something breaks within me. No, it's simply an admission that I was already broken. Hollow Knight's so good, though. See, again... Oh, she's saying what we all do. Let's go. Again, with having like too many things going on, it's probably going to be about another like 15 years before I ever finish Hollow Knight, but it's so good. I'm good at faking it.
本気でそう思ってくれてるなら言っとくけど、私だって自分が何してるかなんて分かってない。ただ配られた手札でどうにかしてるだけ。 フラッシュのこともあれば降りることもある。
If you mean that the way I think you do, it's not like I know what I'm doing in life. I just go with the hand I'm dealt. Sometimes it's a flush, others it's a fold. Her advice is so. Oh, you're saying that the RE was saying that it is a Hollow Knight reference. Okay, well now I get the reference that you're referencing. Her advice is so similar to Yasui's. Her smile is no less honest, just as she is in everything she does, but it's no more reassuring. I don't hate Shino. You could never. I don't think I ever have. Rather, I admire her. She enjoys even menial work, never minds her prosthetics, and adapted just fine to a job that's clearly ill-fitting for her. The air becomes a little awkward as I fall silent. I didn't have a particular goal in mind when bringing up such a topic, and Shino's left twisting in the wind about how close she really is to me. Seeing no way out of the subject. Is she just gonna leave? Please don't just leave. God, that's so awkward. Come on, stick around. Seeing no way out of the subject and already regretting bringing it up, I take my feet and make to leave as I slide the book into my bag and sling my coat over my shoulders.
変なことを聞いてごめんなさい。深い意味はないの。今日中に済ませたい用事があるから。
Look how sad she looks. Look how sad. How could you ever make Shino make a face like that? You're cruel. You're so mean. Sorry for bringing it up. I didn't really mean anything by it. I have to run some errands today, so I'd better be off.
気にしてないよ。じゃあね、ほのかちゃん。
No problem. See you around, Honoka.
また。
Yeah. See you. I own a lightsaber. How are you so happy all the time? I have a lightsaber. It's very simple, actually. It kind of reminds me of like, what is it? Like, what keeps you going? What makes you stay so strong? I like pizza, and I want to eat more of it, or however that goes. I like her. What a psychotic, what a psychotic thing to say. I like her sad. Shino doesn't need happiness. What a psychotic thing to say. That's awful. What the freak is going on? Well, I have a group chat. I need to go silence it really quick, actually. It has 23 texts in it over the past, like, 10 minutes. Wait, what the freak is this? Hang on, what's going on? I added all of my Steam time. I'm curious and also worried what mine would be after doing the math. Oh my gosh. One of my friends has 7,500 hours on Steam. Granted, my own Steam probably wouldn't be like that much different, but I'm gonna go ahead and how do I mute this? I just need to mute this for right now. It's not gonna stay permanently muted or anything. Notifications. Silent. Thank you. There we go. Wait. There we go. What keeps me going? Just making other people sad. The Riddler, I think it's about time that you got some help. It's about time you got some help. Only 23, try 300 within the last minute. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. Unironically, one of my friends today had to text me and say, hey, I'm sorry for the amount of reels I send you. And I just kind of said back a joking thing. Is like, between you and one other person, my phone is like constantly buzzing because of Instagram notifications. And so whenever like I check it, it's like I have to like scroll for a while to get back up to the top of just like after like a few days of like getting the reels. Also, did you really get 300 texts in the past minute? I'm not exaggerating. Why? What kind of do you have a group chat filled with like 700 people, and like it's kind of like that thing where like someone posts like a funny image and then everyone's like, ha, relatable, and then it's just like that but 299 times? Like, how do you receive 300 texts in a minute? That's insane. Yes, that's not. It's all from one group chat. That's not good. That's like not good. I think. To be fair, I don't know. I don't want to judge like other people's like social standings with their friends or anything. That's just a lot. That's like too much for me. I don't know. But again, I'm also like a very antisocial little butterfly, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. I could definitely be in the weird one here. Granted, like at least like they're having a conversation. It's not like the people in my group chat are like spamming or anything. It is like an actual like conversation that's happening right now. But yeah. To be fair, most of it is spam. They love spamming the letter E over and over and over again for some reason. That sounds like a group chat I'd be silencing so fast. Because again, at least my group chat, like the people, none of the people I know and interact with spam, and I appreciate that on a deep spiritual level. So all 6 of them, there's only 6 people spamming E for enough times for it to be 300 times. That means that on average they all sent it 50 times in that 1 minute. That's yeah, well. Anyways, I don't want to judge your friends. I don't know your friends. Yeah. See you. That's insane. Again, at least they're having a conversation. Again, they're adding up like their Steam time, and I'm a little scared to see mine just purely because of VTube Studio. I think I have like 1,000 hours in VTube Studio by itself. Just because, like, again, it's like whenever we're like doing like visual novels, reactions, playing games, any of like the studio launch stuff that we've done, like it's it is accruing hours. It feels weird to have her address me by name. Already feeling restless from anxiety, I quickly shuffle myself out. Oh, look at that. She's so disappointed. Oh. As I glance back on the way out the door, I notice Shino already playing with her phone. My existence to her, too, will become nothing but a fleeting moment. But it doesn't have to be. You could be friends. Besties, even. And she's trying so hard. Oh, no. Oh, I don't... Like, this CG is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I feel like... Oh, I didn't mean... I was gonna say, by the coloration, this feels very much so like an Addy CG. I think I'm misremembering the credits because it's been so long. Were they the ones to do all the CGs? I don't think so, right? They might have been. They might have been. I think it might have been Addy. But yeah, again, just Addy's very distinct like coloration here. It's gonna be so embarrassing if this CG specifically wasn't by Addy though. That'd be so embarrassing. Oh yeah, and they've made 10 different group chats with me, and they do it in each one. Dog, block them. Block them. I say this with full confidence in my heart. Block them. Get them out of here. Voices echo about the cramped university washroom as freezing water washes over my hands. 2 women chattering beside me. Out of habit, I eavesdrop on their conversation while subtly looking under my brow at their reflection. That's such a death stare. Both are students by the looks of them. The 3 of us probably the only ones left on campus by now. As if it weren't already obvious that by their trendy jackets... I kind of feel like that's where my mindset is at. Like, I'm connecting a little too much with Honoka right now when I said obnoxious instead of obvious. By their trendy jackets, jewelry, and dresses. They gossip about the dates they each have planned for the evening. One talks the other up to loosen her nerves. There's a certain gaiety to their voices, both chattering like giddy schoolgirls. I've seen so many romance movies, read of it in books, and seen innumerable posts about it on people's feeds. Romance was something wonderful and fluffy. Sometimes fiery and passionate, other times warm and comforting. Oh, that is a death stare right there. Surrounded by the cold concrete of the washroom. I wonder why I can't make myself feel like that. Oh, stop. Stop. This is hitting me in the feelings right now, too, a little bit right now. I relate to this a little hard. Anyways. With all the money I could need to buy fancy clothes, all I have to my name are hoodies and old sweaters. Just as Yonohara said, styles and fashions change, slowly becoming unfamiliar. That's only normal. It's me who isn't. The world keeps changing, but I can't keep up. Frozen in time, I can only watch others live their lives so effortlessly. As I watch them, one of the women catches my gaze. My heart skips a beat and I quickly shift my eyes downward. But I catch a familiar reflex in her expression as I do. An uneasiness at the creepy person before her. She quickly suggests they leave, her friend following as she shuffles out the door. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Oh my gosh. The lighting in this game is beautiful. This is like the most beautiful lighting. I just mean for like the game in general. Like this room, like this scene is like immaculate. Just in this game, the lighting every single time is like, oh, it's so good. The door latch is shut with a metallic thud, and I'm alone once more. Oh god, it's so good looking. With my hands soaking wet by now, I finally turn off the tap and look forwards. The bags under my eyes are worse than they've ever been, and my skin is a ghostly pale. I must look like some malevolent spirit rather than a university student. Perhaps I should go home. There's nobody there for me, though. I could go downtown and drift amid the sea of strangers for a time, but it's pointless. Just fill the shops, hawking goods I don't need. There's nowhere for me. The only place, the only person I belong to. My body stops me from visiting. I'm alone in this concrete box. I simply stare, unable to move. My feet feel like anchors. Perhaps it's from anemia or just wanting to avoid being seen by others. Oh, my heart begins to race, adrenaline slowly pouring through my body, but it has nowhere to go. A sense of panic wells up inside as I stare at the image in the mirror. The person in the mirror is disgusting. They're a coward who can't tell Yasui about her own sister. Their magic is a hollow mimic of the real thing. What would others think of their shameful habit? What would others think of their shameful habit, the resulting scars so barely hidden under their sleeves? Their own appearance creeps others out. They can't cook for themselves, their interests are weird, and they can't keep a single friend. I don't like them. Why is my love so different? Why can others live so easily? Why am I always so tired? In one shudder of the train, that unknown person died. Nobody knew nor cared as they buried themselves in their phones. Once the blue tarpaulin was draped over them, they ceased to exist. It was as if they never existed in the first place. Oh. Again, just... Oh, thank God. I didn't mean to skip that. Again, just the lighting. It just does... It does so much to, like, carry... Like not to carry, but to, like, it help the mood of, like, all of the scenes. Because it's never, like, distracting. It's never, like, meaningless. It, like, all... Like, it all... It's so... It's also additive to the experience. For me, too. Would it be so bad if this paralyzed soul ceased to exist in this world? Oh, that was heavy. Hang on. Did that bot go through? Yeah, that bot's in the chat. Hang on, let's get that bot out of here. It's been my bots have been a lot better about stopping these bots, but some of them come through. Murder time? Yep. Get murdered, kid. Oh yeah, they made 10 different group chats and they do it each one, but I like them. They're my listen. That's why you talk to them in person, you know? you don't need to be a part of all these texts and things. Hang on. Lesbian pride, gender fluid pride. What an appropriate time for those. My hands are also wet because technically my hands are always filled with moisture. What did you think I meant? You know, I was kind of thinking that you did mean you washed your hands. That is where my mind unironically went to, because we were in the bathroom where she was washing her hands. I kind of thought that's what you meant until you said that, in which case, oh, damn, she's so ugly she broke the mirror, Lamau. Dang, Riddler, leave her alone, she's already dead, chill. Oh, that's so mean. Also, I'm such a sucker for, like, mirror symbolism showing like a character's like fractured mind, you know. I'm such a sucker for it. It's so good. No, they're my online friends. They're in different states. Okay, well that's different. Because I'm not the biggest fan of like texting in general, but like I do make exceptions for the people who like live in other states or in other countries that I want to talk to and cancel. You know what? Rather, I retract all my statements that I've made about your friends. Just get them a better joke. That's all I'll say. The house is a crazy scene. Again, I feel like because like I like how kind of real this all feels. Of like, we've had a lot of scenes of Honoka like kind of, like being like on this like kind of like self-hate train where she's like, she views herself so differently from the rest of the world, and she thinks she's alone and stands out too much because she feels so different. And that leading to like the way she views herself as like lesser than everyone else, and like how like that's one of the reasons why Yasui is so important, is because Yasui is actually someone who loves her, who is here, who she doesn't feel like she's going to lose. And I wonder if like part of like her psychology with that is legitimately like the one of the reasons why she is so attached to Yasui, outside of the fact that she is just like this like light in her life, is the fact that Yasui's literally trapped. So it makes it so like Yasui can't leave her. Yasui unironically doesn't have a choice to be here or not, and Yasui's like only like connection to the outside world is Honoka. So I wonder if like in Honoka's like mind, that's part of like the appeal of Yasui, is that she's someone who can never ever leave her. Because like again, if I'm remembering like the beginning of the visual novel, as I do, both of her parents are dead at this point. Like they're both like deceased. That's why we were in the cemetery to begin with, was visiting her parents. And I don't think either she has other family that's dead or she's not close to. I don't really remember what it said about them. But like basically, like if you couldn't get from like the gist of like what happened right there in that scene, like every time she loves someone, she loses them essentially. So she feels completely alone in this world. So she has this, especially guys, like literally like the way she views the world is kind of like this cold detachment where it's moving in a lot of ways that she doesn't like, where again she literally doesn't feel like she can keep up with the ways that the world is changing or like how lifestyles go on, especially because like from a place of like depression, that is like a really hard thing to do. It really does, especially like when you're grieving and stuff, it really does feel like the world is leaving you behind in a lot of ways. Whereas like the Meiji era Sapporo is literally like this bright, colorful, beautiful place that's like stuck in time. It can't advance, it can't change. It's always this. It's always what like Yasui knows, because that's what she can essentially create. And again, Yasui, no matter how many times she goes there, Yasui will always be there waiting for her. So I wonder if there's even going to become like a point in the story where, because maybe that's one of the reasons why Honoka isn't mentioning anything about Yonohara, because maybe if like Yonohara like had her existence like mentioned, Yasui might be able to be like, hey, like now that you have the person who did this to me, if we can do something with them, I can get free. Like maybe there's like something in her mind that's like stopping her from bringing it up because of like that reason, maybe. But yeah, again, but the thing I was gonna say is like, but we also had like scenes of Yasui, who again, Yasui like feels like so real in this way of being like, hey, like listen, I love you, like you can't like treat yourself like this essentially. And like Honoka's kind of been like a little receptive to that, but like I like that's like it's not like an instant change, and like especially like the things that are happening in her like day to day is like making her kind of like go back into like these very negative thoughts and like staying trapped there. It's handling it in a very realistic way where like she didn't get like this like impassioned speech and now like all of her problems are fixed. It's like, no, just getting this one talking to isn't going to solve all of her issues essentially. Like these are like some deep seated issues that she needs to resolve. But the thing that makes me like really like Yasui and like makes her feel so like real is her own desperation. Like Honoka is someone she loves, and like obviously if you love someone, you wouldn't want them to have to go through like what she does to like come to the Meiji era Sapporo. But it's the fact that she's like, you could still visit me though. Just don't do it often, but you could still visit me and you could still stay here for a while. Like again, it feels very real where she does love and care about Honoka, but like her own selfish desire not only to see Honoka but still have like these connections to like a real genuine person that like prevents her from like discouraging Honoka from doing the blood rituals to even like period essentially. I mean, there are the few people I trust with my face on the internet. exactly. Like if you trust them that much and you care about them, like absolutely like keep them. Again, when I was saying block them, that was a complete joke. I didn't actually mean it. I've tried. Also, I do block one of them. I may be responsible for. Well, yeah. So maybe don't. Maybe this. Yeah. I won't elaborate, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah. Good thoughts. I keep hearing Yasui. Yasui. See, whenever I say her name, I just think of Yas. That's all I think of. The brain rot is real. But can they have the Devil's Tango? I don't see why not. I don't I don't see why not. I just don't think it's going to be in the game. That'd be a crazy curveball. And all the advertisements and all the time Studio One talked to us about this game never at all mentions a scene like that. And then suddenly you get halfway into Act 2 and it just hits you with that an H scene. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm banned off of Twitch now. Thanks, guys. That'd be wild. The house lies cold, having turned off the heating. The bathroom and kitchen taps are still. Checked again for any dripping. The bed lies carefully, set crisp and neat as ever. Standing in the living room after my last round of checks, I'm confident that nothing will present a problem for those who come after. How odd it is to be so particular about such unnecessary things. I suppose it's only natural after a lifetime of being told not to be a pain for others. Oh. And that also feels sort of like she's like been conditioned to not essentially like let others in because that would like lead to like causing like trouble for everyone else. Like that's I take one last look around the room, engraving it on my memory. Everything from the immaculately swept hardwood floors to the carefully wiped low table, its veneer having flaked off a corner. My life completely changed, but the house never did. In the end, a human life is no different than magic. Once you let go of the rock, it simply drops. Oh. Stop it, Honoka. Come here. I'm going to give you a hug. Now it's time for me to finally let go. No. Whoa. No. The offer for the hug is still open. I don't. Oh. Now it's time for me to finally let go. Fearful of letting hesitation build, I turn and make the walk up the stairs to my study. What a mess this room is in comparison. Assorted notes lie strewn around the book in the desk center, still open to the pages on transference. The floor is tarnished, wine-dark stains punctuated with dusty remains of chalk circles and glyphs. Stepping over the mess, I come to the desk, taking a moment to clean what I can of this room as well. I pull open a drawer and place my laptop inside, followed by the paper reminders and bookmarks. I have little need for them after this. What do you mean? My last job done, I put my fingers to the book's pages. These words started it all, and will now serve to end it all. Taking the chalk from beside it, I crouch and begin to carefully draw the intricate patterns. The taping of chalk on wood is almost rhythmic, echoing about the small study as if on a classroom's blackboard. You know, I kind of forgot to, like, trigger warning these streams, but I guess if you've made it this far in, you probably have picked that up so far. What's going to make her stop, though? Like, how... Oh... After a few minutes' work, I right myself and replace the chalk on my desk. Taking my knife in hand, I idly wonder how many times I've done this ritual. How many times the simple act of seeing someone I love took so much from me. I suppose that hardly matters now. Now, let's not get hasty. Yeah, no, for real. Like, let us please reconsider this. I take a breath to steady myself and bring the blade to my arm. To give myself one final moment to back down, I take one last look around me. Please back down. This house has seen the laughter of my friends during visits and the chatter of Mum and Dad as I return from school. Birthday parties heard throughout the rooms and get-togethers with relatives bringing their gossip and stories. That's gone now. All that's here is me. Me and this horrible, unending silence. A silence which became too much to bear. Oh! Gritting my teeth, I force myself to slash the knife across my skin. Stifling my whelp of pain, I watch the warm blood trickling down my wounded arm. For all Yasui talks of her precious memories keeping her going, mine have only given me pain. Pain which will no longer be mine to bear as I crouch and carefully trace out the marks about me. Okay, so she's not... Is she trying to enact some kind of spell to, like, wipe out her memories or something? coming to my feet, I already feel the magic taking hold earlier than it ever has before. Perhaps in my last moments, I finally found the true strength of hollow magic. Practice makes perfect, I think to myself in dark amusement. Oh god. My heart races, the full realization of what I'm doing creeps up on me, but it's all too late. My fate sealed, I look out the window one final time. My last view of this world is of the bare branches of nearby trees faintly peering out from the forlorn winter's fog. Then it's gone. Hanging silence. Once you let go of the rock, it simply drops. Complete Act 1. What? Act 2, Scene 1. The tithe one must pay? Did we just, like, time loop or something? Is that what just happened? Oh god, no, don't do this to me. I just got done playing Silent Hill F. I don't need another time loop thing right now. Oh my gosh. No, I have confidence here. I have confidence in this one. It's just funny. It's just funny considering like the setting and like the story of Silent Hill F and then this. Pardon my language, but that feels deserved. Oh, yeah. Like, is this all? Was that her, or is this like being orchestrated by someone else? Because like, when the other panel kind of came in, I don't know what it's called. When the other panel came in, to the side of Honoka's one, it looked like Shino's silhouette was being like cast onto it. So does she have something to do with this? Another time loop. Another freaking time loop story going on. I thought I escaped, but I'm back. I've played these games before. Ugh. A terrible chill hangs in the air, the season proving bitter as it so often is here. On this cold day, a great throng of students slowly shuffles through the piled snow of the university grounds. The day's lecture's finally over. Oh my gosh, you're right. First Slay the Princess, then Silent Hill, now this. You're so right. For some reason, despite the fact that I loved Slay the Princess, except for like the ending. I really didn't care much for the ending. I'm not gonna lie. It felt very like finger waggly, like, isn't this so deep kind of stuff. I don't know. I didn't really like the ending that much. But outside of that, I really, really liked it. But I always forget that we played it. I don't remember. I don't know why. Because it's so good. I even follow like the subreddit for Slay the Princess now, and yet I always forget that we played it. But you're so right. This is our third time loop thing in a row. If Bloodborne ends with a time loop, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out so hard. That's gonna end in a time loop. Lock and Key is gonna have a time loop. When we eventually get to Until Dawn, that's kind of a time loop because of the movie. Oh my gosh. Some gossip freely with friends, while others fawn over their partners. Most, however, stroll silently. What'd she do? Amidst a sea of people walks one unremarkable student among many. Oh! Honoka Asakawa. At 20 years old, she's a humanities student in her third year here. Academically talented to say the least, she passed her entrance exams for Hokkaido University with flying colors. With no friends to speak of, nor classmates she keeps contact with, she cuts a solitary figure amidst the crowd as she walks to the station. What is going on? Turning back from watching that recluse... Oh! Shido's gonna be the POV character for a little while? Oh, let's go! Listen, as much as I love Honoka, like, listen, I'm not gonna complain about this. Especially that means that Karu's gonna be here. She's gonna be a part of this. I'm so confused. Turning back from watching that reclusive woman from the library window, I turn to my new coworkers in discontent. What? It just doesn't feel right manipulating her like this.
ほのかは操らないと決めただろう。依頼人の要望ははっきりしている。私たちが動くのは依頼人の指示があったとき、普段は監視するだけだ。
What? What? Also, hey Kaoru, hey, what's up, girl? You're like the coolest person ever. Hello, I wish to be like you someday. Oh my gosh. Technically, you played FNAF as well before, which not in the specific game, but eventually leads up to a time loop in Ultimate Custom Night. You're right. You're right. I feel like I'm in a time loop of time loops. In the worst way. Again, I trust it here. Well, also, this might not be a time loop. Well, it might be. It might. It probably is. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But God, Karu's so cool. Yeah, I don't know. But that's crazy. The fact that Sheena... Is that why Sheena's been trying to be our friend this whole time? Is for this job? You can't trust anyone, man. You can't trust anyone. Manipulating Honoka is exactly what we're not doing. The client was clear. We can only make a move once she gives the go-ahead. Until then, all we can do is keep an eye on her. These three probably work for Yonohara, and they're trying to, like, do something with Yasui. That's my theory right now. See, I told you her being sad was good. No, hang on. Hang on. Let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty. Kaoru's in no better mood about this than I am. Her annoyance boiling over as she pushes herself off the table she was leaning on.
わかんねえな。なんでそんなコソコソするんだよ。さっさとあの子と本を確保して終わらせりゃいいのに。
I don't get it. What's with all the hush-hush? Can't we just grab her and the book and get this over with? So true, Queen. Preach it, preach it. Just grab me and the book.
依頼人が
that face. Stop it with that. Stop it with that little frown. You can't be angry and this adorable at the same time. Stop it. The client was...
わかったわかったって。でも何週間もじっとしてんのは性に合わねえな。
All right. Excuse me for not wanting to sit on our asses for weeks.
曖昧な仕事だからな。抵抗を覚えるのも仕方ない。これまでにもっとひどい仕事もあっただろう。
I will admit, such an open-ended job doesn't sit right with me. It is what it is. It is what it is. We've taken on worse jobs before.
まあ、ちゃんと報酬払ってもらえんなら文句はねえけどさ。
This paycheck had better clear. That's all I'll say. Satisfied she's quelled the rebellion, Tatiana turns back to me.
本当に任せて大丈夫か。探偵になったばかりだろう。
You sure you're good to do this, Shino? You're new to our detective agency, after all. The only private detective agency run on the side of a bar, I'd wager. Or the only bar run on the side of a detective agency. I'm still not sure which. Kaoru and Tatiana have been in this game together a while. Years by now. I can't say I've ever tried being on a private detective myself, nor played a librarian, but I'll try anything once. It's not like I don't have time.
大丈夫だよ。司書の仕事ならいい気分転換にもなるし。
I'll be fine. Being a
でもさ
librarian...
なんで私に白羽の矢が立ったの？
I'll forgive it this time. I'll be fine being a librarian. I'll be fine. Being a librarian will be a nice change of pace. Why pick me to do this, though?
時間のあるものが必要だった。となれば私は対象外だ。していられるものが必要だった。カオルも対象外だ。
We needed someone with time. We needed someone with the time to take on the part-time job, so that ruled me out. Needing someone who could hold their tongue ruled out Kaoru. They literally just said, "You have nothing else to do. That's why we picked you." That's insane. That's insane.
ちょっと。
Don't throw shade at my girls like that. My two favorite people on the planet. How dare? Hey. I give a smile to the two of them before looking out the window. I suppose there are worse places to be working during a harsh winter.
悪口が終わったみたいだからもう行くよ。
Now that you
気楽
finish,
にやりなよ、シノ。
you know what, Kaoru, you can interrupt me anytime. Actually, I'm fine with that. Now that you finished insulting me, I'll head out. Take it easy, Shino. She gives a brief wave, which I return before she saunters out. Tatiana moves to follow her, but pauses for a few moments.
何
Yes?
頼んだぞ。何かあったら連絡をくれ。
Good luck. Call me if anything comes up.
わかった。
I will. That was clearly not what she wanted to say. Knowing Tatiana, I wouldn't get a straight answer if I tried. With that, Tatiana's flowing coat swings about her as she turns on her heel. It's amusing to contrast her with Kaoru as she follows her out, every movement she makes feeling thoughtlessly imposing. Now alone with my thoughts, I look over the library and take stock of my situation. This will be my second home for the next few weeks, or months, for all we know. So maybe this isn't a time loop. I mean, this is just like, literally like the story itself is just going back in time for a little bit. I guess. That probably makes more sense. And like, listen, I'm praying. I'm hoping that it's that. I must admit, it feels a little lonely here. Something not helped by the faint noise of students and staff outside. I'll come keep you company. I love libraries. It was my second home for like 3 years growing up. Pushing such thoughts aside with a hearty snort, I roll up my sleeves and get a start on stocking books. This might just be a means to get close to Honoka, but that doesn't mean I can't do this job right. How far are you in Bloodborne again? We are at the 1 Reborn. Simply the worst fight ever made. It is, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's just constant attacks from below, while constant attacks are coming from above, and before you can even do the fight, really, you have to run around and kill a bunch of witches. It's such a terrible fight. The most positive thing that I've heard people say about it is, it wasn't that hard for me. I still hated it, though. And it's like, because it's terrible. Because it's terrible. Granted, I haven't beat it yet, so I can't say. So far, in all the FromSoft games I've played, the whole 2, it's like the 3rd worst boss. So that's where we are. So, like, you know, I think we're about like halfway through the game, if I had to guess. I would have felt like we were a little bit closer because this feels like such a big deal. But, like, also, I feel like nothing's really been built up to as the ending yet. So I'm going to say we're about halfway through the game. For the first few days of working here have been quite an experience. There are 2 main libraries on campus called North and Central, plus a scattering of more specialized branches. This being the Central Library, it receives the bulk of the traffic. I'd initially thought the library lavish, but the hustle and bustle of the students and researchers during the day make it clear the university gets its money's worth from the place. I never thought being a librarian would be so stressful. The day's rush only makes the serenity of the evenings all the more poignant. At least I have times like this to recover. The large and well-stocked library awash in the glow of sunset now stands empty save for me and one other. Honoka sits at one of the tables, reading quietly as I stack a box of returned books. The previous librarian had left a note that she often used the library to study after hours. Why Honoka started doing this was left unsaid, but it didn't take long to work out. As always, she didn't bother with a small talk before getting to studying. I'd expected her to be quiet, but not outright avoidant. I'm sure she'd be a hermit if not for lectures dragging her here. Despite keeping an ear to the ground, I haven't picked up on any rumors about her, or anything being spoken of Honoka at all. She's practically a shadow in any group she walks among, and keeps to herself in class. I wonder if she realizes she sticks out all the more from her efforts to go unnoticed.
もっと早くに言っとくべきだったよね。付き合ってくれてありがとう。
A perfect way to slide in. I should have said this a while ago, but thanks for the company. Her head jerks upwards in surprise. Honoka's face shows little, but her jitters make me worried about something's happened to her.
私こそ長居させてくれてありがとう。
Thank you for letting me stay. At least she's not completely blowing me off. That's probably as close to an invitation to chat as I'm going to get. So I drop my current book in the box and walk over. Oh, you know, it doesn't matter that she's betraying me. I love her regardless. It doesn't matter. Alright. Also, I'm hoping that this is leading to maybe someone saving Honoka from how the last act ended. If I had to guess, that's how this act is going to end, is someone like preventing that, hopefully. I take a chair and spin it about, taking a seat sideways. These chairs are more comfortable this way around. She looks a little nonplussed at being practically forced into this, but I don't have much of a choice if I want to get closer to her. I find it's often the quietest people who lead the most interesting lives. Case in point, my eyes fall to the book in her hands. She's been reading that one for a while, but reading the Italian title is admittedly beyond me.
イタリア語を読めるの？すごいじゃん。
Wait.
私も言語はいくつか知ってるよ。世界とつながってるって感じがするよね。
Wait. They're after, hang on, so they're after her and her book. Probably specifically her book. But they don't know, like, the author of it. Like, because, like, this is, I'm guessing that the book she's reading is, like, Isabella's poetry. But isn't Isabella's name on the other one? So shouldn't she be, like, aware, of, like, this book? Because it's, like, in her internal monologue of, like, she's been reading that one for a while, but reading the Italian is admittedly beyond me. But, like, shouldn't she not, like, recognize the name? Maybe she hasn't seen, like, the title or anything.
すごいじゃん。
But, I mean, she should still, like, know that, like, Isabella's book is in Italian, probably. But, like, that also kind of depends on how much, like, information these three were given when they were given whatever job that they're on. You can read Italian? That's cool. I know a few languages, too. That's the way the world is these days, right?
そうかも。私は単位のためだけど。
I guess so. I need it for my degree. The discussion's rudely interrupted by a ping coming from my jacket pocket. Before I realize I've done so, I've plucked the phone out and have it in front of my face. It's a text from Tatiana. I found Honoka's social media if you want to see, with a link afterwards. Ensuring Honoka has no way to see my screen, I decide to quickly check it out. Did I just call her Hanukkah? Huh, no followers. Her last post is from a few years back, too. There are some posts from friends in high school, but that stopped back then, too. It's a little weird to so clearly see the stages of her life down to when her group of friends graduated and went their separate ways. This explains why she's so withdrawn. She had nobody to lean on for support after her parents passed. That just means I'll have to be the one to open conversations between us. Acutely aware that I'm browsing Honoka's life while she's right in front of me. That's so funny. She's like, she finally starts a conversation with Honoka and then is like, hang on, I need to scroll her social media. Oh, her Facebook. Oh my gosh, she still used that? Disgusting. Acutely aware that I'm browsing. Oh, again, I love the lighting going so far is like changing like the color of her eyes in different shades. I don't know. Again, the amount of like detail in the shading in this game is insane. I reply to Tatiana with a quick thanks before locking the phone once
こ
more.
ういうのって本当にすごいよね。一昔前はただのチャットスペースだったのに、今じゃサイバースペース全部がポケットの中に収まるんだもん。世界中の誰とでも簡単につながれるし、図書館の蔵書も丸ごと収容できちゃう。
These things are pretty cool, aren't they? They might have just been for chatting before, but now it's all of cyberspace right in your pocket. The modern world's amazing. You can talk to anyone in the world so easily or read an entire library. Maybe that segue didn't work as well as I'd hoped, going by her expression.
あれ、なんか変なこと言ったかな。
Did I say something wrong?
別に。ただ、最近はみんなスマホに慣れてると思ってたから。
No, not at all. It's just, I thought everyone was used to phones these days. I slide my phone back into my pocket and take to my feet. It's probably for the best I don't try to get too close to her too quickly anyway.
ああ、それはなんていうか。
Well, how should I put this?
私はほら、田舎育ちだから、こういうのを使うようになったのってつい最近のことでさ。コンピューターとかスマホとかまだ慣れてなくて。
Wait, I don't like her anymore. It's a Rickroll. Never mind. It's so good I thought it was AI. What? What are you talking about? It's so good I thought it was AI. What are you talking about? I'm so lost. I grew up in the country, so it's only recently that I've been able to try things like this. Computers and smartphones are all new to me, really. That'll work. It's not like I'm lying to her, technically.
じゃあ、どうして都会に来たの？
What made you come to the city, then?
一言で言えば冒険かな。いろんな仕事を転々として、その時々に興味があることをやってる。
Oh, also, I realized what you meant by a Rickroll. It's the thing that Shino was sent. The art is so good, Oh, okay, yeah, no, this is just made... Instead of being made by a soulless computer that just steals art to make, like, terrible, god-awful things, it's just made by some of the most talented artists out there. Low-key, you know? Adventure, in a word. I tend to drift between jobs, taking on whatever's interesting.
ここの仕事も次が見つかるまでのつなぎってこと？どれくらいいるの？
So this is just temporary for you too. How long are you staying? I give a simple shrug. That's as much dependent on her as it is me.
飽きるまでかな。
Until I get bored of this one, I guess.
それって大変じゃない？
Isn't that hard?
別に心のありようさえずれてなければ生きるのはぐんと楽になるよ。
Nah, long as you have the right attitude, life gets a lot easier.
これだって思える生き方があればいいよね。
I'm so late. Hi, hello, welcome in, Andrew. No worries about being late. In all fairness, I started this way sooner than I usually do, by like a literal like hour and a half kind of thing. So like, no worries at all. You have to dedicate yourself to something along the way, I think. Even if it's something small, I try to set up things right in the world. If I can keep myself thinking that what's going on at any one time isn't a big deal. 8 Ball, should we shame Andrew for being late? Yesterday would have been a yes, but today it's a yep. Well, I guess. Sorry, Andrew, shame on you. How dare you be late? Oh, the magic 8 Ball is spoken, and we almost follow its will. Yo, whoa, whoa, hello! Oh! Smile through the pain. Smile cause it hurts. Smile cause you don't know what you do if you stop smiling. Anyways, hello, Rally. How's it going? I was so much more excited to say hi until I got jump scared. Cause I need to change that. I need to put. Spine 2. Yeah. Okay. Spine's been corrected. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't like telling people what to do with the points, but could we refrain from too many redeems tonight just because I don't want jump scares going over a Tithe and Blood too much, you know? Over, like, the games that we play, I'm more fine with it, but, like, not over these things, you know? Not over the Studio Lawn games. Those are the special ones. By the way, I just finished playing a platform that I think is on par, if not better, than Hollow Knight and Silksong. Ayo, drop it. Drop it in the chat right now. What is it? But yeah, please. Again, let's refrain. Thank you. Oh, I got you. Was expecting the double. I got you. Yeah, again, when we're playing the games, it's fine. But when it's the Studio Lawn games, those are special times for me, so please no. Wait, Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2? Oh. I think you told me about Blasphemous already. I didn't. There's a second one out. Blasphemous. I just looked up Blasphemous 1. I got you, I'll refrain. Thank you. I don't want to be a buzzkill about anything, but I really. Now, okay. Thank you. Now. That stretch was important. So yeah, I'm gonna probably get those. Changed back to not being jump scares by next stream, just in case. I mean, not just in case, but just because it wasn't me. I swear. No, I know it's you. It tells me who it was. No worries. It's currently 67% off on Steam. That's kind of a crazy deal. What does this look like? Hey yo. God, none of these images are opening for me. Yeah, they're so tiny and small. Hey God, they're so tiny and small. Gosh, this game looks so cool. This game looks so freaking cool. Should we like, hang on. Rally, how hard is it? Scale of 1 to 10, how hard? I played it a second time around this time and tried to 100% it, and it's good. It's good enough to 100%. Didn't you say that you rarely do that? Like, you did it with, like, Hollow Knight and Silksong, but, like, that's because, like, those games are also, like, absolute 10 out of 10 masterpieces. Like, how hard are these games? Because Depending on your answer, we might check them out on stream at some point. Otherwise, I might play them on my own time. Because the Penitent one. Kristana, Lady. There's a character just named Lady. Whoa! She's sick! What the? Okay, I'm not gonna look at anything else. I don't want to get too spoiled. I don't want to get too spoiled on it. But that's freaking awesome that you found a freaking, like, I don't know. That's also good. That's also good. Because you were also, like, a huge fan of the first Blasphemous, right? Hang on, no, don't full screen that. Don't full screen that stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here. But yeah, that looks really good. And I don't know. I used to be, like, really big into, like, the platformer stuff and stuff like that. And, like, I've been kind of getting back into it because of Hollow Knight. I just need to finish it. Here's the thing. I just need to finish Elden Ring. Because that's been going on for, like, a year and a half. I have 100 hours into it so far. I just need to finish it so I can move on and, like, dedicate myself to other games, essentially. So, yeah. Huh. It wasn't very swear. Wait, great idea. Replace jump scares with Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You or Dark singing it. Oh, my gosh. Should I do a cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You with my terrible audio and have that be a redeem? That'd be awful. That's like the worst idea. But it'd be funny. I just, you know, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. Maybe we should do that. I'll debate it so he can torture us for redeeming. Okay, well. Oh. That would be so good. It's just as hard as Hollow Knight as far as I'm concerned. That said, though, the lore is wild and is very hard to 100%. Will outgoing online because the game is full of riddles and hard to understand. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely like the type of like game I'm like, dude, I'm so down to watch YouTube videos about this. Because once they start like hitting you with like the riddles, is like the instructions of what you need to be doing, I'm like, oh, God, please, no, I'm too stupid for this. The only way I like riddles is when they're, like, part of puzzles that I'm solving, not when it's part of, like, instructions or lore. Please don't. But, like, again, it looks so cool, though. And, like, especially, like the visual design of everything. Like, I can only imagine that the lore goes so hard for it. I was just playing with the cap. I'm being, like, very ADHD right now. I have a pen in my hand, and I was playing with the cap. And then as I was sliding it back down, I realized that the cap was gone. I don't know where it went. Anyways. So yeah, I definitely have to check that out. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and add those both to my wish list, actually. Just so that I don't forget about it. To be fair, maybe, Rally, we just need to set up a thing where you remind me about it, like, once a month so that we can check it out. Blasphemous. Oh, it has an art book? Dang. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and add this to my wish list. Let's go ahead and do that. It has an art book, guys. The art looks so cool. Wait. You can finish the game without worrying about the riddles, but the riddle stuff is only an issue. Oh, if you're trying to 100% it. Okay. That makes me feel a lot more confident for like the idea of streaming it. Because the way I go about it is like, how much trouble do I think this is going to give me? That kind of varies on like if I'm going to stream it or if I'm going to Let's Play it on the other channel. Because if it's a Let's Play, I don't feel bad when I'm just sitting there like taking like 45, 50 minutes trying to figure out how to walk down a ledge somewhere. But as soon as that's like on live stream, it's like, no, I can't be doing this. It gives me like anxiety to be live streaming something and be stuck on it. Don't ask me why I started playing Bloodborne. Do not ask me why I started playing Bloodborne on stream then. It was just like in the moment, what we were trying to stream wasn't working, and I was like in the mood for FromSoft stuff, so I had Bloodborne right there, so we played it. But like I think I'm at the point of like I don't want to like be playing stuff like I'm gonna get like stuck on for like an hour or something on stream. And I'm a lot more okay doing that on like Let's Plays and stuff, because all the boring stuff can be cut out. But yeah. Would Mega Man be considered a Metroidvania like Metroid? No, it's not. Because Mega Man's a lot more like level select screens and stuff, and like the levels don't really have like the kind of like interconnectedness of like that's like typical for the Metroidvania like genre essentially. Because it's a lot more like very straightforward, you know. And again, like level select stuff, like they don't like connect to each other. You don't really have to backtrack in Mega Man games. I love riddles if that wasn't obvious. Makes sense. The OST is fucking amazing too. The OST is on there too, so that's pretty freaking rad. The only OSTs I own are like the Studio Lawn stuffs, and then I should own the Elden Ring Night Rain OST, but I lost the slip that gives it to you, so I don't actually have it. W art book. Yeah, again, as soon as things have art books, I get so giddy and excited. I have like I literally have an entire shelf on my bookshelf that's just art books that I own. Fun fact, Metroidvania is a mix of the name Metroid and Castle. Wow, thank you so much. I didn't know that. I see. But I'm so glad to hear that the game was that good though. I'm so glad to hear that's that good. Did you say that this is your second time playing Blasphemous 2, or is this your second time playing through like the Blasphemous series like in general? Like again, is this your first time or second time playing it? And while you answer that, I'm just making sure things are looking good. Okay, things are looking good. There we go. I get anxiety now. Also, we're probably gonna hop back on into it. Also, it feels so good to be back here doing this. I just looked down at the time. I was like, I probably only have like about 30, 40 more minutes. I could probably stretch it out for a little bit longer. We only have under an hour left of playing right now. And I'm like, I hate it. I'm so happy to be back playing visual novels, and there are so many to catch up on, and just to play in general. Because we still have so many from like the Fall in Love Festival and everything too. We need to get back into it. We need to keep hustling along, you know? She thinks to herself for a moment afterwards. Maybe I found the first crack in all her worries that I can help her through. I was wondering, do you know anything about mages? Huh? That's quite the change in topic. I saw a news article about a mage who works as a doctor a few days ago. It just made me curious. This is actually so funny to go back and see these scenes from her perspective. Of all the topics to raise, I should have known that subject was coming, but I still have to work to not show it. They're a really interesting lot, aren't they? There's so few around that you rarely get to see magic actually being used. It's more that... Oh, I think her expression's different than it was in the scene originally. It has a lot more of like the kind of angle to the eyes and like the little detail right there in the corners that usually are given when she's kind of like losing it a little bit, you know? Which that's interesting because that's how Honeka's seeing her, you know? Unless I'm wrong and she had that expression the first time too. It's more that it's weird how different people could be right beside us. That their experiences are so different, but nobody could tell. Do you think so? Thinking fast! Thinking fast, I work out of misdirection. Your average mage isn't much different from a regular person, you know? It's sad how people are so distrustful in magic. I suppose they do keep their heads down here, though. Besides, powerful mages are something else, right? In Europe, they live way more openly and have ancient bloodlines who own whole palaces. They even have a clock tower all to themselves. What government would try to police you if you could break the laws of nature on a whim? I suppose that's why people get so cautious around mages, though. People fear what's different. I think I managed to hide my relief as she ponders what I said. At least she doesn't seem to think too badly of mages in general, which is more than can be said for many. Our talk has apparently ended as she gets up from her seat and slides the book she's been reading into her messenger bag.
もう帰るの？
Heading home?
疲れすぎないうちに帰らなきゃ。今日も長居させてくれてありがとう。
I should head back before I get too tired. Thank you again for letting me stay so long.
いつでも大歓迎。広い図書館で一人きり、延々と本を片付け続けるだけなんて寂しいもん。
My pleasure. Endlessly stacking books in this big building all by myself gets lonely. With that, she gives a nod in farewell before shuffling out of the library. It's surprising how noticeably her demeanor shifts when she starts to go. Closing off from the world once more, she leaves. I try to focus on finishing up my work for the day, but the image sticks in my mind like grit between teeth. I wonder what Honoka would be like if I'd met her before her loss. Oh my gosh! Studio line! Oh, the dandelion set, let's go! I love that. Also the reason I was asking is because I remembered a cool old game recently from a short, Symphony of the Night. This sounds so familiar. Symphony of the Night. Oh, you're literally talking about Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah. Right? It's a Castlevania game if I remember right. Yeah, it is. I've never actually played a Castlevania game. I've just watched the anime. I'm one of those people. Never have I ever played one of them. I will say though, it's weird. I don't think that the Devil May Cry anime is made by like the same team essentially, and I don't think it's a good show, but it made me want to play the Devil May Cry games, and I actually own the collection now on PlayStation. The Castlevania show, I don't think it's like as good as like a lot of other people think it is, but I do think it's like a pretty good show. It gave me no desire to play Castlevania, and I don't know why that is. It was just a weird moment. It has an anime, yeah, it has an anime. It has like, I think like 4 or 5 seasons on Netflix, plus a sequel series that just finished up its 2nd season like 6-7 months ago. So you know you have a lot to catch up to do. Wait, mages, huh? Darn spellers. We don't need to be making slurs for mages now. Yes, I'm making a slur for mages now. Okay, never mind. Why do I have don't mind at night stuck in my head? Anyways, nostalgia. As an anime, hold up. Nah, I'm going search and be right back. Yeah, did you like what you found? Why are you threatening me right now? The Riddler. I almost called you Flowey. Oof. As 4 seasons, yeah, I thought it was like 4 or 5. It was something like that. But yeah, there's also Castlevania Nocturne, which again has like 2 seasons now. Granted, the thing you need to know with the first season of the Castlevania show is that it's 4 episodes long, and they are not long episodes. They are like 20 to 30 minutes. This is why I'm cursed. What do you mean? What do you mean you're cursed? To what extent? For why? For why, sir? One advantage of working at the university is the easy access to a nearby station, with a short train ride practically dropping me off in front of Tatiana's downtown bar. After the now familiar elevator ride, it's only a few steps to go in. Ooh! Oh, this music's a vibe! The smell of various alcohol just faintly hangs in the air. Dim light plays on the immaculately polished counter, and inviting bottles of liquors and spirits gleam behind it in all colors of the rainbow. It's instantly relaxing, just as intended. In so many ways, this is Tatiana's slice of the world. Everything is in its place and polished to perfection. A perfect stage for any customer wanting to relax with a touch of class. Hey, Kaoru, what's up, girl? How's it hanging? Then there's Kaoru, sitting at a table in the otherwise empty bar before Before her lie various small tools, brushes, screwdrivers, a little bottle of oil, and a couple dozen mechanical components. I recognize what she's fiddling with from even a casual glance, waiting until she finishes applying some oil before interrupting her.
テーブルで銃を分解している人がいるバーって珍しいよね。
I can't say I've been in many bars where someone's casually disassembling their gun on a table.
こういう道具はちゃんと手入れしてやればいざって時に応えてくれるものさ。定期的な掃除と点検は基本だよ。
Treat these things right and they'll treat you right. That means regular cleaning and maintenance. Kaoru keeps working away as she talks, now inspecting a tiny spring. Interested in what she's doing, I take a seat opposite her while being careful not to touch anything.
その拳銃本物じゃないよね。
That pistol's real, right?
エアガンかって意味なら違うよ。
It's not airsoft, if that's what you mean.
本当にいるの？
Do you really need one?
私だって欲しくて用意したんじゃねえよ。こんなジャンクもののマカロフでも闇市場じゃ目玉が吹っ飛ぶような価格なんだから。
Believe me, I wish I didn't. Even a junk Makarov like this is a ripoff on the black market.
つっても
Your smile's so cute. I can't stop. Oh my gosh, my heart. Relax.
私みたいな一般人が魔術師の相手するからには念には念を入れなきゃ。
Suppose I shouldn't complain, though. This thing saved me more than just once when investigations went bad. I need all the help I can get when I'm just some regular Joe going up against mages. She hunts mages? Oh my gosh, she keeps getting cooler, too. She's so cool. Wait, I anger way too many magic men. She's going to get drunk. Oh no, you pissed off Andrew, the most magic of men. Kaoru, my heart. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I need more people to be obsessed with her like I am. I need people to be obsessed with her with me. I'm no fire, no. I'm on fire. Oh gosh, that was bad. I'm on fire, no. Rip dies. 8-Ball, is this sad? Oh, 8-Ball died in the explosion. If I had a nickel for every time I've died on stream, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. No, I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm pretty sure you've died, like, a lot more than that, actually. I'm pretty sure you have. Because I think during the Undertale stuff, you died, like, 3 separate times alone. Because, like, there was one time, like, someone got you with Weed Killer, you know? Remember that? That was a wild time. That's just like a PNG. What do you mean, just like a PNG? Are you talking about Kaoru? How dare you? That's my queen right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, again, you died a lot on stream. If you had a nickel for every time you died on stream, you wouldn't be rich, but you'd have a couple more. Good times. To be fair, they were very memorable for me. I enjoyed them. Not because you died, but just because... Anyways, moving on. I suppose I shouldn't complain, though. Oh, wait, we read that. She's just the cutest, patootiest girl ever, and I will never stop being obsessed with her. It's a fascinating piece of engineering, regardless of its purpose. She begins to put it back together piece by piece, starting from the smallest springs and cylinders and progressing towards more recognizable parts of the frame.
そもそもどうやってそんなものを手に入れたのよ。
How do you get your hands on those things anyway? By now I've learned a few of Kaoru's tells. Not a hard task for someone who wears their emotion on their sleeve. One I've come to be amused by is this particular sparkle in her eye. She begins lecturing on the fact of life for that. On this fact of life for that. I wonder if she enjoys my company for the sake of simply having someone to share her knowledge with.
だいたいこの手のものの出所といえばロシア軍だね。指揮官や受給係が徴兵用の倉庫からちょっとずつくすねてくんの。旧ソ連の安物から今のロシアの最新兵器までいろんなものをね。それを密輸業者が駐屯地や倉庫で買い取って東ロシアから稚内北部まで運ぶ。稚内までは船で4時間くらいで天気がいいと海岸からロシアが見えるらしいよ。
I just realized I didn't read out the last part. I was literally just like, no, I'm sorry, she's speaking. I'm too engrossed in what she's saying. Now we need to go. And I was just like, I'm ready to just keep listening, girl. Keep doing your autistic riz with me. Come on. Hang on. Stuff like this starts its life in the Russian army. Mostly commanders and army officers skimming off the top of warehouse stock. meant for conscripts. From cheap ex-Soviet stockpiles to modern Russian armies.
それを
Arms.
密輸業者が駐屯地や
Smugglers
倉庫
buy it
に
up from the
買い取って
garrison and warehouses, then ship them from eastern Russia over to Wakanai up north. Just a 4-hour boat trip, heard.
天気がいいと
Heard you can see Russia from the shore on a clear day.
で日本に持ち込めたら仲介人ってやつを見つけてそこから買えばいい。ざっとこういう流れだね。
Once it's arrived in Japan, find yourself a fixer and you can get your hands on whatever comes over. That's how it works.
えらくあっさり言うんだね。
You make it sound so easy.
映画じゃもっと派手で危険なミッションに見えるよな。でも実際は地味なもんさ。金を払って車のトランクからトランクへ移すだけだもん。中古の家具を買う方がよっぽど面倒。
Movies make it look all glamorous and risky, huh? Honestly, it's the most mundane stuff. You hand over some cash and it goes from one car's trunk to another. Had more trouble buying secondhand furniture. She picks up the inside of the barrel and begins to clean it with a small brush. She's not the most gentle of people, yet shows such care in handling the precise and intricate pieces. Before continuing on, she gives it a quick blowout before closing an eye and peering down the cylinder.
そりゃあアメリカで売られてるような最高級品とは物が違うけど、弾はどこ製なんて気にしねえしな。
Sure, you might not be able to get your hands on the top shelf stuff they sell in America, but a bullet doesn't care where it came from. Ooh, oh, those were some satisfying sounds. Ooh, I like that. With that, she slides it into the spring and completes the mechanism for the rack. At least, I think that's what it's called. Ayo, dog, you know a little bit more about guns than I do. Oh my gosh, I'm going shooting with a friend on his birthday. And it's going to be so bad. I haven't handled a gun since I was like 13. And it was a BB gun. It was going to be so terrible. I know zero gun safety stuff, so they're going to have to be teaching me the entire time we're like shooting and stuff like that. It's definitely going to be an experience. If I don't come back after the 19th, you guys know why. Not for me, though. No, you enjoyed it. I think you liked the deaths. I have perished momentarily due to ads. Remember me. I live. I came back to hear a gun. Uh-oh. No, it's a good sound. It's a good sound. It's strange. I feel more at ease lounging about watching Kaoru putting together a weapon than I am at the library. Then again, this isn't the first time I've been around such things. Hey, Tatiana, what's up, girl? As the door swings open, the two of us give a casual glance at the tall figure, which steps through. This must be the first time I've seen Tatiana late for anything.
あれ？遅いじゃん。渋滞してたの？
Oh, hey, con traffic.
雪道でスピードを出しすぎたバカがまた事故を起こした。二人ともご苦労。
Yet another accident from some idiot driving too fast in the snow. Evening, you two. She gives a casual glance at us before continuing on her way behind the counter, entirely unbothered by the weapon as Kaoru slowly reassembles it.
カオル、カクテル作りの講座を受けるよう覚えておけ。安い講座を見つけた。せっかくだし、お前もバーで働くといい。
Kaoru, remind me to send you on a mixology course. Someone come up cheap. Might as well make you useful behind the bar.
何それ？前にカクテル作ってやったじゃん。
What do you mean? I've mixed drinks for you before.
そうとも。だからこそ講座を受けさせるんだ。
Exactly. That's why I'm sending you. All Kaoru can do is grimace as Tatiana walks into the back room. As she looks to me for backup, I just shrug. It isn't long before Tatiana reemerges after hanging up her coat, her tinkering companion having returned to fastening the screw on the back of the grip.
客に見られる前におもちゃを片付けろ。警察に嗅ぎ回られるのはごめんだ。
Put your toys away before a customer sees them too. The last thing we need is the police sniffing around.
大丈夫だって。まだ誰も来ねえよ。
Come on, it's too early for anyone to come here. If I had to offer every evil action I've done on stream to Dark, I'd be $25 rich. You know, probably. Listen, you just love bullying me. It's not my fault it's not your fault that I'm so easily bullyable, you know? It's just how it is. It's my lot in life. The sound of the door swinging open makes both of our hearts skip a beat. Kaoru scooping the pistol into the small of her back in an astonishingly quick move. Thankfully, the tired-looking salaryman doesn't notice the gun disappearing behind her parka as he takes a seat at the bar. Excuse me, I hope I'm not too early.
いいえ、とんでもない。今日は何になさいますか？
Not at all, sir. What can I get for you this evening? Hunched over as much in annoyance as recovering from the surprise, Kaoru's left to quietly simmer.
タチアナに正論言われるとなんかムカつく。
I hate it when she's right. Act 2, Scene 3. Scene 3? Scene 3, hiding in plain sight. The night air's chill is refreshing as I wander the streets, making my way further downtown in no particular hurry. I have plenty of time until Tatiana and Kaoru arrive. Patrons slurp noodles at ramen restaurants as I pass, while tourists compare cameras at an electronics store. Couples walk by holding bags bulging with goods, as salarymen head to the subway stations with laptops and briefcases slung under their arms. It's a sight I've seen so many times in so many different places. The fashions, languages, smells, and such may be different, but the friends, families, and lovers are just the same. It's funny how alike humans are, no matter how far from each other they may be. My steps slow to a stop as one particular person among them catches my eye. A scruffy-looking teenager stands before a claw machine outside the entrance, tufts of hair curling around his cap. People divert around the boy as he focuses on his task, backpack jutting out behind him. One hand rests on the machine's stick while the other gently touches the glass. His brown eyes stare intently at his quarry, a cheaply made teddy bear. A perfectly ordinary sight. One I'd have strolled right by any other day, much like the people walking by him. Yet I stop dead in the street as one small detail catches my eye. The toy moving inside isn't hanging from the crane, but floating. Looking back at the concentrating boy, it clicks as to why. He's a mage. His narrowed eyes have begun to glow a beautiful deep blue. Unnoticed by anyone else, the very laws of nature are being broken while a bustling crowd moves about him. Goes to show that sometimes you just have to act like you belong. As people walk and shuffle around me, the scruffy teenager pauses and turns in my direction. It's only now that I notice I've been staring. His face full of alarm, he takes a cautious step back before suddenly darting off down the road. I don't bother saying anything as he runs. The odd person he bumps into grumbling in consternation. Then everything returns to normal. The normal hum of the busy street resumes as if the episode had never happened. So I begin to walk and join the crowd once more. As I pass by the game center, however, I notice something. Huh? The teddy bear fell into the chute. Leaning against the street railing, I idly watch the people coming and going before me. The others should be here any minute now, so people watching will do to pass the time. Tatiana suggested I visit this izakaya after mentioning how old it is. Kaoru, of course, sees the opportunity for a group outing. I'm hardly one to say no to that. I'm just glad to have an escape from my situation with Honoka. From the corner of my eye, I notice someone stopping as they walk up. As I turn to see them... Gosh, I'm so glad I got to escape that Honoka situation. Oh, hey, Honoka, how's it go? Oh! I'm such a chill guy for this stream. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for being a chill guy for this stream. Listen, you can go back to torturing me on Bloodborne, you know? Since I can't really attack it anyway, but jump scares. Yeah, exactly. So we'll just go back to scaring me during Bloodborne and, like, ruining me there, you know? Listen, we have to keep fighting the one reborn. Just keep taking my attack away there. You're going to build up a lot of points during this stream. Scarf looks cool. Listen, scarves just make everyone look cooler. Oh, they're called Hanukkah. No, that's what I called them earlier, actually, but their name is Honoka. Oh, this is bad. Thinking on my feet, I wave hello to Honoka and give a disarming smile. Even as I do, I quickly look over her shoulder to make sure neither of the others are walking up. Hey! Good evening. I give a small bow, but I can tell this is a conversation she'd rather not have.
シノおいシノってば
Shino! Hey, Shino! And this just got worse.
ミッケおいシノ
Found you, Shino. As she comes to an abrupt halt, my eyes peer over her shoulder. I'm surprised Tatiana isn't with her, but that's all the better. Gears in my head begin to turn. Maybe this is a conversation Honoka should have.
邪魔してごめんなさい。もう行くね。
Sorry, I should be going.
そんなことないよ。ちょうどよかった。
No, no, this is good.
ほのかちゃん、こっちは友達のカオル。
Honoka, meet my friend Kaoru.
あどうも
Hey. She's clearly put off by Honoka now, knowing her real name. But I don't trust Kaoru to keep her story straight if I give her an alias.
浅川ほのかです。よろしく。
Nice to meet you. I'm Honoka Asakawa.
私が勤めてる大学の学生なんだ。自己紹介も済んだことだし、店に入ろっか。
Honoka seems chill. Also, that background, holy no, the backgrounds in this game are like on another level. They're so freaking pretty. Hang on, I have something in my eye. Got it. No longer in the eye. Sorry?
カオルとそこの居酒屋に行く約束してんの。ほのかちゃんもおいでよ。多い方が楽しいし。ね。
Kaoru and I were gonna try this bar. You should come with us. The more the...
カオルとそこの居酒屋に行く約束してんの。ほのかちゃんもおいでよ。多い方が楽しいし。ね。
I like water. How are those things correlated? How are those things correlated at all? You should come with us. The more the merrier, right? As expected, she mumbles a half-hearted acceptance. I put her in a position where it's harder to reject than accept this.
じゃあ、お
Sure.
邪魔しようかな。
Sure.
Honoka だっけまとめて注文するよ。何にする
Honoka, right? Might as well throw your order in as well. What'll it be?
ビールで地ビールをお願いします。
Just beer. A local one.
フードはまあ好きなの頼みなよ。
No food? Well, suit yourself. Wait, why do I feel like I'm going to be turned into a frog if I refuse? Wait, refuse what? What do you mean? Hang on. Hold up. What? Watching these two is painful. Kaoru's sharp voice reminds me of how oddly lyrical Honoka's soft and smooth tones are in comparison. Trying to think of something to break the ice, I remember the plastic bag beside me.
そうだ、これあげる。
Here, you can have this. Oh, like if she refused to go in with Shino. Okay, I get you, I get you. I think it was Kaoru and Konoka. Close enough. I pass the game center bag over the table with a smile. Honoka reflexively takes it, before looking inside and plucking the soft item out. Aw, it's cute. A teddy bear?
私、物に執着しないたちなの。手放す方が楽だもん。
There's also a fly in here that's been flying in front of my face and it's bugging me aggressively. I don't keep much stuff, so it's easier to give it away. You can keep it.
何よ、その顔。
What's that face supposed to mean?
私にはぬいぐるみが欲しいか聞かねえんだな。
You never asked if I wanted a teddy bear. Ugh. I'd ship them so hard if I didn't ship myself with Kaoru first.
ゲームセンターはその通りのすぐ先。無駄遣いしたいなら行ってきなよ。
The crane machines are just up the street. Go dump some of your cash in one.
その言い方、誰かさんそっくり。
You sound way too much like someone else. A waitress skitters up and politely sets our beers on the table before us, taking off the caps before heading off to another table. Kaoru and I waste no time scooping up our glasses, but I notice a little hesitancy from our companion. The way she gingerly sips at her beer in contrast to Kaoru's gleeful swig shows she's not used to drinking at all. I quickly start on my own to stop myself staring at her. I'm glad I made it to Paro. The beer here is fantastic. It's not too hoppy, while still having a rich taste that pushes it past the usual mass market beers. I've had a good few in my time, but this one really is one of the best. My delight in the local specialties is interrupted by Kaoru making a pointed comment.
へえ、可愛い人だね。
Oh, she's cute. My interest peaked. I follow Kaoru's gaze to the phone Honoka had plucked out. I can only snatch the briefest glimpse of what's on the screen, a lady with white hair and possibly Honoka herself, before she pulls it away in a panic.
ごめんごめん、つい気になってさ。
Sorry about that. Curiosity got the better of me. She waves a hand in front of her face in apology, but it's not much help to a flustered Honoka. I'm not going to get a better look even if I ask, so it's best we move this discussion on quickly before Kaoru has a chance to accidentally tip her hand. Thankfully, Honoka's the one to move the conversation on for her own reasons.
二人は知り合ってどれくらいなの？
How long have you two known each other?
1ヶ月かそこらかな。
A month or so. Please don't give away more than you need to. As she looks at me for confirmation, all I can do is passively agree while drinking to ease my nerves. Maybe I should have just waved Honoka off. Pulling Kaoru into conversation with me helps to the point that I have to hide a sigh of relief when I see Honoka checking the time on her phone.
もう遅いし、そろそろ帰らなきゃ。誘ってくれてありがとう。
It's getting late. I'd better go. Thank you for inviting me.
全然いいよ。来てくれてありがとう。じゃあ、また来週図書館でね。
No worries. I'm glad you came along. See you at school next week.
じゃあな、ほのか。今度また見かけたら声かけてよ。遊びに行こう。
See you around, Honoka. Say hi if you see me. It'd be cool to hang out again. With that, she shuffles out of her seat and grabs her coat.
お会計は？
About paying.
ああ、気にしないで。私が誘ったんだし、これくらい出すよ。
It's fine, don't worry. I can swing this much after dragging you along.
ありがとう。
Thank you. She's clearly not the type to accept a free ride easily. Her nerves went out, however, as she swings her coat over her shoulders and gives a small wave goodbye. The two of us can't help but watch her leave, holding our breath until she disappears out the door. Wait, I'm getting Tattletale flashbacks? Why are you getting Tattletale flashbacks? Is it because of like the fly or something? I've never played or watched Tattletale. I know nothing about it. Ooh, white hair is suspicious. You know, I do have a personal rule that you should never trust anybody with white hair. It's a true statement. Abel, is that sus? Magic Abel says, most definitely. Indeed. Abel is being very agreeable today. I feel like all of its answers have been like some form of yes. The two of us can't help. Oh, we read that part. Bulp. As soon as she does, a wave of relief washes over both of us. Kaoru practically deflates as she slouches back into her seat, helped a little by her half-drunk bottles of beer. I take a small swig of my own to settle myself.
思ったより緊張した。
That was more nerve-wracking than I expected. The expected quip from Kaoru goes amiss. Looking over to her, she's finishing up a message on her ancient flip phone before sending it and clacking it shut.
タチアナに問題なしって送っといた。
Just letting Tatiana know the coast is clear.
驚いた。その古い携帯、まだ動くんだ。
I'm surprised a phone that old still works. Rather than take offense, she makes a now familiar gesture as she begins the lecture.
丈夫で安い携帯ってのは何年も使えるもんなの。これも人生を賢く生きるコツ。
A good cheap phone can last you plenty of years. That's another life tip for you right there.
でもさ、あんなでかい女がどうやってパッと姿を消せるんだろうな。 さっきくるりと向きを変えたと思ったらすぐ見えなくなっちまった。
But man, I don't get how a woman that tall can disappear so easily. Turned on her heel and faded right into the crowd before I knew it. My gaze is taken by that same woman entering the izakaya. Her sweeping coat and self-assured demeanor making her a dominating presence in any room she enters. A quick glance around shows her where we are. Tatiana wasting no time in striding up.
人口200万の都市でこうもたやすく総合できるとはな。
A city of 2 million people, and we still practically collide. With a precise motion, as like every gesture of hers, she shrugs off her coat and folds it onto her lap as she takes a seat. After scanning the table, her hand quickly swipes Karu's beer before the other can even react.
もらうぞ。
How dare you rob my girl like that? Monster. I'll take that.
おい、
Hey!
新しいのを注文してある。
I'll buy you another one, in fact. Oh, in fact.
今ここでどんな魔術師も持ち得ない力を見せている。
What?
ほんの一握りの人間しか持ってい
Where
ない。
did this come from? This feels so abrupt. Right here and now, I'll show you power greater than any mage can wield. Something only a handful possess. Is she just gonna like whip out like her debit card or credit card or something and be like, I'm gonna buy rounds for everyone? It's just like something like that. Just be like, the power of money.
つまり、今回の仕事のお目合わせに、ここの支払いを会社の経
I
費で落
was
としていると言ってい
okay.
る。
You know what?
好きなだけ注文
Well
する。
played. To make up for this job, tonight's on the company credit card. Order what you want. I'll chalk it up as a corporate expense.
待って、マジでいいの？
Wait, really? Karu lunges for the tablet, only barely grabbing the screen before I get my hands on it.
私餃子
Dumplings.
タチアナの気が変わる前にたっぷり頼んどこっと。
Order a bunch before she changes her mind. Tatiana grimaces but manages to hold her tongue. That's amazing. Even in the world of mages and hunters and everything like
タチアナ
that,
もいればよかったね。
everyone's still broke. Oh, that was amazing. Abel is nice today, like me. We're neutral good. For sure. You know, today you're neutral good. Oh no, they're buying drinks, I think. My brain's only half awake. Oh, maybe if you're not fully awake, maybe you should be like heading to bed. It is getting pretty late. Obviously, I'm not gonna like push you to go to bed if you want to stick around. But like, you know, if you're feeling sleepy, you know, take care of yourself. Great guess. Thank you. Well, I was sitting there trying to be like, it'd be a really bad scene to just suddenly shift over and be like, Tatiana's gonna whip out some powerful magic right here. And I have higher expectations of a Studio One project than that, so I'm like, no, we're going for a bit right now. We're going for a funny. We're going for a joke, you know? And you know what? I was right. That was one hell of a power move right there. You really should have seen it.
からかわないでよ。
Stop teasing me.
本気だって。ほのかを直接私に紹介するんだもん。マジですごい判断力だよ。一歩間違えば大惨事じゃん。
I mean it. Straight up introducing me to Honoka? You're quick on your feet. That could have been a disaster.
お前に対する直感は正しかったというわけだな。よくやった、シノ。
My intuition was right about you after all. Good work, Shino. I just shrug. Being good at hiding my intentions isn't a skill I'm particularly proud of.
で、タチアナの方はどうなんだよ。お姫様のこと調べてるんだろ。
So, what about you? I assume you've been doing some digging into our princess. Tatiana just shrugs.
大した情報はなかった。SNS の類は高校卒業期に更新が止まっている。友達とのつながりも途絶えてしまったようだが、そもそも当時から特別仲がいい友達はいなかったようだ。
There wasn't much to find. Sorry, excuse me, I had a little hiccup. Her social media went dead after she graduated high school. Her circle of friends drifted apart. Not that she seemed the best friend of any.
友達は数人だけか。
Some friends.
それはごく当然のことだろう。学校の友達など同じクラスになったというだけで共通点はない。
Perfectly normal, actually. Most friends in schools don't have that much in common beyond their circumstances in class.
あっそう、悪かったね。あんたの言う非公式な教育のせいにしといて。
Alright, forgive me for not knowing. Blame my informal education, as you like to put it.
何にせよ、ほのかは新しい趣味について一度も投稿していない。血の魔法なんてものが広まれば、 大惨事になりかねない。ほのかに友達がいないことに感謝しよう。
Either way, she's never posted about her new hobby. Thank goodness for that. The last thing we need is word about blood magic getting around.
そもそもさ、血の魔法ってなんだよ。タチアナと何年も組んでるのに、今回の仕事で初めて聞いたんだけど。
What is blood magic anyway? I've never heard of it before this job, even after all these years with you.
魔術師から魔術師へと口伝された噂程度のことしか分かっていないからな。どこでいつ生まれたものかも聞いた相手によって変わる。だが一つ言えることがある。血の魔法はそれが終わるべきだった場所から始まった。
What's known about it is practically just rumor, told from mage to mage. Where it began and when depends on who you ask. You could say the story begins where blood magic should have ended.
あれが知られ始めたのはヨーロッパ封建時代の後期からルネサンス期だ。路地裏や秘密組織で触れていた者たちには無念だろうが、きっかけはカトリック教会だった。
I don't mean to be gross, but that guy's stomach kind of reminds me of something phallic. It started getting attention in Europe during the late Middle Ages and into the Renaissance. Unfortunately for those who were tinkering with it in back alleys and secret societies, that attention was from the Catholic Church.
魔術師と教会の歴史はいろいろあったが、血の魔法を後世に残してはならないという点では一致していた。あれは単に禁止されただけではない。歴史から抹消されている。それほどに強力で危険な魔法だった。一般人の手に委ねるにはな。
Mages in the church have a troubled history, but one thing we agreed on was that blood magic had to be stamped out, not just banished, but purged from history itself. It was too powerful, too dangerous to leave in the common people's hands. You know, considering how, like, churches react to stuff like D&D, them being against mages and, like, every form of, like, fantasy thing ever, checks out. Between book burnings, assassinations, and a horrendous number of executions, every last trace of the practice was methodically removed.
たった一冊の本を残してね。
Except for one single book.
教会が恐れるのはわかるけどさ、なんで魔術師まで？あんたたちも潰そうと躍起になってんの？
I can get the church having problems with it, but why mages? Why are you all so bent out of shape about it?
日本国内で他のどこよりも北海道に魔術師が多いのは、政府が開拓使を利用して私たちのような魔術師を東京という権力の中心から追いやったからだ。開拓中に何人か死んだところで渡りに船だっただろう。
The only reason we have more mages here than anywhere else in Japan is because the government used the colonization of Hokkaido to force our kind well away from the center of power in Tokyo. If a few died during settlement, all the better.
日本だけではない。魔術師は世界中で迫害を受けてきた。私たちは何世代にもわたって暗黙の絆とも言うべきつながりを共有している。
It wasn't only Japan either. Mages have been persecuted the world over. We share an unspoken bond after generations of being ostracized at best and at worst.
長年にわたって迫害されてきた私たち魔術師と同等の力をポットでの者が手に入れたとしたら、その力がいかに無意味で恣意的なものだとしても不愉快だと言っておこう。
Let's say it rubs the wrong way if anyone could have our powers after all that. To think it was all so arbitrary and pointless.
たく、魔術師ってやつはほんとひねくれてるよな。
Everything about you mages is so cynical.
もっと現実的な問題もある。噴書なんて情報統制は現代では通じない。今のご時世、情報がどう広まるか想像してみて。
Well, then there's a more practical problem. Book burnings might have worked for controlling information back then, but imagine what would happen these days. Tatiana gives a solemn nod.
もしほのかがあの本のページを写真に撮ってネットにアップロードでもしてみろ。
If Honoka had taken photos of the pages in that book of hers and uploaded them to the net,
大抵のものは狂人の落書きの類だと思うだろうが、物好きな者が一人や二人試せばどうなる。あっという間にウイルスのように広がり、血の魔法の実践は数十億人の知るところとなる。
Most would have thought them crazed scribbles of a madman, but just one or two people confirming it worked would be all it'd take. Word would spread across the globe like a virus. The practice of blood magic now known to
ほのかが
billions.
手にしているのは世界を変える力だ。
To think, the world-changing power Honoka has in her hands.
でもあの子は自分を囲った壁の先を見通せてない。ある意味あの子が見えないことに感謝すべきかもね。
Yet she can't see past the walls around her. In a way, maybe we should be thankful she can't. Yeah, for like, this is like the only time ever her being the way she is right now is just like a boon, you know? Where she's not like kind of like putting out, especially like putting at like blood magic out there just with like the cost it takes and everything like that. Probably not the best thing to have out there in the world anyways, you know? Nah, I'm just chilling. My brain forgot to brain today. I didn't mean to click on you. Hang on, go back.
あの子は自分を囲った
From
壁の先
education.
を見
I
通せ
sense
てない。
hostility in the air.
ある意味あの子が見えないことに
Bloodbending.
感謝すべき
I
か
kind of
も
want
ね。
to jump scare him, but he's so invested right now. Don't. I'll sneak in a jump scare later. Don't. You promised you wouldn't. You promised you wouldn't. Besides, you're supposed to be saving your points so then you can torture me during Bloodborne. That's how this goes, you know?
そんなに危険なもんならもっと警戒した方がいいんじゃねえの？今回のターゲットはその本なんだろ？ならほのかが留守の間にさっさと回収すりゃいいじゃん。
If it's that dangerous, then why are we being so careful? I was wondering this the entire time myself, like, why? Not, maybe it's just because I am thinking too much of Fate right now, but if this was in Fate, someone would have just gone to Honoka's house, killed her, taken the book, you know what I mean? So obviously they don't have to be that cold-hearted, and, you know, I'm pretty fine if they're not, but I'm kind of like, aren't there, like, better ways to do this than, like, having Shino become her friend or whatever, you know? The job's about that blood magic book, right? Why can't we just grab it while she's out?
依頼がその正反対だから困っているんだ。
Oh.
米原様が気にしているのはほのかの身の安全だ。ほのか自身周りのことを懸念しているが、本はあの方の興味の範囲外だ。
You have it the wrong way around. Yonohara's interest is in Honoka's safety, from herself as much as anyone else. The book isn't her concern.
言ってしまえば私の課題だ。
Consider it my homework. Kaoru throws back her head and groans loudly. I can't say I'm entirely pleased about it either.
おかげで話がめんどくさくなってるってわけか。
Worry not, I shall spare you momentarily. Enjoy your dialogue. Thank you, Freddy Fazbud. Of course, you're making this harder.
三つ目の問題もある。
There's a third problem as well.
米原様には安江という姉がいる。姉はずっと前に米原様の手で封印されたのだが、まさか彼女が生きているとは誰も思わなかった。
The client has a sister, Yasui. It seems she was sealed away long ago. Little did anyone know she was still alive.
ほのかちゃんが安江さんを見つけるのに使ったのが血の魔法ってわけか。
And blood magic is what Honoka used to find her? Kaoru snaps her fingers, her face lighting up in realization.
それがさっきスマホの画面に映ってた人か。
Ah, that must have been the woman on her phone screen.
安江を見たのか。
You saw her?
ああ、ほのかがスマホのロック画面に自分と年上の女の人の写真を設定しててさ。それがきっと安江だろう。
Yeah, Honoka's lock screen had a photo of herself with an older woman. She must be that Yasui, right?
なるほど。あり得る話だ。まさか安江を拝めるチャンスが巡ってくるとは思わなかった。
That would make sense. I didn't expect we'd actually get a chance to see her. If only I'd managed to get a better look before she snatched up her phone. The idea does plant a seed in my mind, though, which I keep to myself.
でもさ、なんで血の魔法みたいなめちゃくちゃなものを使い続けるんだろう。別にさ、ほのかは。
But why keep on using messed up stuff like blood magic to meet up? It's not like she's in love. It just hit them all at the same time. They're like, oh no, she's down bad for Yasui. Oh. As a realization dawns on her, and then all of us, Kaoru's face scrunches up as if a child as if a child encountering a bitter food. I can't say it exactly makes my day either.
なんか私たち恋人の仲を引き裂こうとしてる悪者みたいだね。
No,
結
no.
論を言っ
なんか私たち
Working to pull two lovers apart makes me feel like the working to pull two lovers apart makes me feel like the bad guy here.
結論を急がないようにしよう。それが私たちがほのかの監視を続ける理由の一つだ。ほのかが深みにはまりすぎたら状況をコントロールする準備を始めよう。
Let's not jump to conclusions. That's part of why we have to keep an eye on her. If I don't mean to keep clicking it. If Honoka gets in too deep, we have to be prepared to take control of the situation.
それに安井の意図もわからない。あの魔術師がそれほどまでに長い間封印されていたのなら、どんな手を使ってでも解放されようとするだろう。
We don't know Yasui's motives here either. If that mage has been sealed away for so long, she'd do anything to escape. I'm sorry, I'm legally allowed to not doubt Yasui again. I got all my doubting out last stream. That went on for hours and hours of doubting her. I'm not allowed to do it anymore. She's won me over. I can't. She looks to me, but all I can do is nod. That's why we place someone so close to her despite the risks. I don't like it, but at least this is all to keep her I don't like it, but at least this is all to keep her safe. Or at least that's how I justify it to myself. Okay, so Shino's definitely gonna show up and, like, save Honoka, like, at the end, essentially. For sure, for sure. A dainty bell rings out from above as I leave the store. Likely its only customer for the entire day, leaving just before they close as the warmth of the heaters inside suddenly disappears. I clutch the paper bag to my chest in response to the winter's chill. Karu, who'd been busy drinking while leaning on a street railing, picks herself up and throws the can into a bin. She's an impressive shot until it clicks. Why is she so good at that particular move?
店の中で待っててよかったのに。投資するよ。
You know, you could have come inside rather than freeze to death. Is that her calling her a drunk? Like she's so good at that move specifically just because she gets drunk a lot?
人形が何百体もいるところで、ここで震えてる方がマシだね。
And be surrounded by hundreds of dolls? I'll take my chances out here.
そんなに人形が嫌いなの？
No, I'm on Kaoru's side. Dolls are awful. They're creepy. But not that bad, are they?
大抵のやつは気味が悪いって言うだろう。悪気はないけどさ。
I mean, most people would say they're creepy. No offense. Her frankness is rather endearing.
気にしてないよ。言いたいことはわかるし。
None taken. It's easy to see why.
形は人間そのものなのに魂がない。嫌悪感を覚えるのは本能だと思う。
They're human in form, but without a soul. It's just instinct that we find them off-putting.
でも、あんたは人形を作ってるんだろ？今時珍しい趣味だよな。
Hey, yo, can that guy stop doing construction in my scene, please? Can we move them off the set really quick? And yet here you are, crafting them yourself. Didn't think doll making was even a thing these days.
本能で惹かれるんだよね。日本にいてよかったと思うのは、そういうニッチな店が大きな町にまだ残ってるところかな。
Sorry. I suppose I have a natural interest in things like this. One good thing about Japan is that the bigger cities can support such niche hobbies.
ま、誰にでも趣味は必要ってことか。人形作りにバーの経営、人それぞれだよな。
Well, I suppose everyone needs a hobby. Dolls for some, running a bar for others. I give a simple shrug as we begin walking, joining a handful of others braving the night's cold. Checking inside the bag, I quickly go over what I'd intended to buy. Scalpels, material, brushes, everything's in there for my first big project since coming to Sapporo. Satisfied, I look back up.
外国にいたみたいな言い方だな。
Oh my gosh, is this gonna turn into my dress-up darling but with magic? Sounds like you've been outside of Japan.
そうだね。
I
いろんなところを旅したよ。でも、ああいう店が残ってるのはやっぱり珍しいかな。
That was the flattest reading I've ever done of a line ever. Sounds like you've been outside of Japan. Sounds like you've been outside of Japan.
そうだね。いろんなところを旅したよ。でも、ああいう店が残ってるのはやっぱり珍しいかな。
I've traveled a fair bit in my time, yeah. It's rare to still find shops like that, no matter where I go.
面白いやつもいるんだろうな。私は北海道から出たことねえから羨ましいよ。
Must be nice to be some people. Never been outside of Hokkaido myself. Up ahead, I notice a freckle-faced foreigner glancing at her phone while looking this way and that, her red ponytail swishing about. Kaoru seems to notice the apparently lost tourist as I do, stopping in her tracks.
世界を見てきたのは私も同じ。まあ見てな。
You're not the only one with some otherworldly knowledge. What's this? What's she gonna do? With a smirk, she skips ahead towards her. I could have easily helped, but now I'm curious to see what's come of this. Without a moment's hesitation, Kaoru asks if she needs help in perfect, if extremely informal English. Oh, I wish we could have heard it though. I wish we could have heard it. That would have been charming. Oh, it's a little charming to see the woman's face light up at hearing a familiar tongue, the two conversing fairly naturally. The tourist goes on her way to their hotel after bidding farewell, Kaoru beaming with pride as she waltzes back. I have to admit, I'm a little speechless.
な、
Eh?
どうよ、驚いただろ。
Eh? Not expecting that, were ya?
うん。素直にすごいと思った。
I have to admit, you got me there.
どうやってあんな英語を覚えたの？タチアナから、非公式な教育を受けてたって聞いたけど。
How'd you learn English that well? Didn't Tatiana say you had a, what was it? Informal education? Oh, didn't like that one. Didn't like that one at all. The pride she felt earlier seems to escape like air from a balloon, her shoulders slumping. She didn't think that through if she didn't think I'd question it.
私は過疎が進む田舎の町で生まれてさ。一緒にいてくれるのはネキだけだった。そんな状況だと逃避する手段を求めるもんだろ。
I grew up in a dying rural town, and all I had for company was my older sister. In a situation like that, you try to find an escape.
私らの場合、それがアメリカのアクション映画だった。子供の頃はそれが全くの別世界みたいでさ。希望があってヒーローがいる。貧乏暮らしとは大違い。
For us, it was American action movies. It was like a whole other world to us when we were young. A world of hope and heroes, nothing like the poverty around us.
両親は？
I'm, not gonna lie, I think the answer to that question is that they're dead. That's how it tends to go in most stories. What about your parents?
父親は私が生まれる前にどっかに消えた。母親は今も多分実家で飲んだくれてるんじゃねえかな。
My dad fell off the face of the earth before I was born, and my mom's probably still drinking herself to death back home. Well, so not dead technically, not dead, which is that's good. It's not bad. It's not the worst. It could be.
ごめん。
Sorry.
謝らなくていいよ。知らなかったんだし。みんなが幸せになれるわけじゃねえ。それに少なくとも今は過去のことだって言えるしな。
Not like you could have known. Some people's lives aren't happy stories. Best I can say is that at least it's in the past. That's not a terrible outlook to have.
過去の全部が悪いことじゃないでしょ。タチアナと出会えたんだし。
Your past can't be all that bad. You met Tatiana, right? Yeah, and I hate her.
そういえば、タチアナとはどうやって知り合ったの？
How
全
did-
然共通点があるように見えないけど。
How did you two meet anyway? You seem different.
いかにも貴族様な女と私みたいな底辺がどうやって知り合ったかってそりゃ気になるよな。
Yeah, how'd a blue blood like her end up with a gutter rat like me? Okay, well I don't think that's what she meant. Exactly, but Kairo's usual smile fades as she slows her pace, before finally coming to a stop. People maneuver around us, barely glancing as they keep walking on their way. As she looks to her side, I follow her distant and sullen gaze, her mind clearly elsewhere. All that there is all that's there is another dimly lit alleyway, lined with the usual bins, air conditioners, bikes, and so on.
建物と建物の間ってじっくり見たことある？
Have you ever noticed the space between buildings?
毎日毎日ほとんど気づかないまま通り過ぎてく路地や通路だよ。遮るものは何もねえのにどうなってるのか見ようとも思わねえだろ。少し横目で見るだけなのに。
The alleyways and passages we walk right by every day, hardly registering. There's nothing stopping us from looking in, but we never bother to notice what happens right beside us. A moment's look sideways is all it'd take.
言われてみれば気にしたことないかも。
I guess I haven't.
タチアナは見に来たんだよ。
One day, Tatiana looked.
あの暑い夜は忘れられねえ。タチアナが立ち止まって私を見てた。見返した私は目をまん丸にしてたと思う。驚いてナイフを落としちまってさ。今までに聞いたことがないくらい大きな音がしたような気がしたよ。
I could ever forget that hot summer night. As she stopped and looked at me, I stared back with wild eyes. The sound of my knife dropping to the ground felt like the loudest noise I'd ever heard.
タチアナはただそこに突っ立って血と汗にまみれた殺人犯を眺めてた。それがおかしな表情でさ、何年経っても記憶に焼き付いてる。
Tatiana, she just stood there and observed the murderer drenched in blood and sweat. She had such a strange expression, too. It stuck with me for years.
驚いてたってこと？
Was she surprised?
それが変なところでさ、あいつ私を家に連れ帰ったんだ。古い浴槽で体を洗ってくれて寝床を用意してくれた。
That's the weird thing. She took me in, hosed me down in an old bathtub, literally by the way, before giving me a futon for the night.
次の日、私が家を出る前に飯を用意してくれてさ。なんて言ったと思う？現場に証拠を残さなかったかだけだよ。私の過去については一言もなし。
The next day, she offered me a meal before I left. All she said about it was, "Is there anything that tie this back to you?" Never asked me anything about my past since. Not one word.
私が首を横に振ったらいつでも戻ってきていいって言ってくれてさ。で、一緒にいるってわけ。
I shook my head and she said I could come back anytime I wanted. That was how we ended up together.
慈悲だったってこと？
She took mercy on you? She abruptly breaks in her introspection and throws her head back with a howl of uncouth laughter, drawing glances from passerbys.
慈悲？タチアナには一番無縁の感情だな。
Mercy? That's the last thing that woman would ever feel.
そういや、あの時と同じ表情を見たのはあれから何年も経ってからだったな。美術館に行った時のことでさ。
No, I only worked out what it was years later, when I saw that expression of hers again. It was when I went to a museum.
私の趣味じゃねえのは言わなくてもわかんだろうけど、タチアナにデートで連れてかれてさ。
I know, it's not exactly my scene to be honest. Tatiana dragged me there on a date. What? They're together? No. Oh, my chances, they're gone.
そこでどうしてタチアナが慈悲を見せたの？もしかして絵に？
Where'd you see her expression then? From a painting?
いや、客にだよ。何気ない好奇心をあらわにした表情を見て、目の前のものを理解しようとしてんのに、本当に分かってねえのを哀れに思ったんだってさ。
Nope, from the people inside. That look of casual curiosity, people trying to make sense of what was in front of their eyes, but without any real understanding.
タチアナは魔術師だろ？それも相当腕のいい魔術師だ。私が少しでも怪しい動きを見せたら、あっという間に10通りの殺し方を思いつくようなやつだ。私なんて、あいつからすれば毛筋ほどの危険もねえってこと。
Tatiana's a mage, and a good one. She could have killed me 10 ways from Sunday if I'd so much as twitched at her. She felt as much danger from me as she'd feel from an ant.
私はただ、 あいつにとって興味深い存在だった。あいつにも理解できねえ謎。そんなところだったんだと思う。
I was just interesting to her. Some curiosity she couldn't quite figure out.
道端で拾われた野良犬みたいな言い方ね。
You make it sound like you're some stray she scraped up off the side of the road. I do think that is what she's trying to imply.
野良犬以外の何だってのさ。それについちゃ疑ったことがねえよ。
That's exactly what I am. I never had any delusion about that.
でも、タチアナは食べ物と寝床を用意してくれた。野良犬にはもっとひどい生活をしてるやつがいっぱいいる。
But you know, she feeds me and gave me a bed. As far as strays go, plenty have a lot. As far as strays go, plenty have a worse life.
タチアナみたいな魔術師は確かに正気を失ってるやつばっかりだろうけど、それでもあいつは正気のやつらよりずっとたくさんのことを私にしてくれた。
Mages like her might be crazy as hell, but as far as I'm concerned, she's done a lot more for me than normal folks ever have. With that, she begins walking again before looking back to me.
昔話はここまで。家まで送るよ。
And that's as much about my past as you're getting. Now come on, let's get you home. Well, that's rude, because now I want to know more. Like, you know, tell me about the murder. You know what I mean? Can I hear a little bit more about that, please? Oh, that was good, though. That was really good. Again, this is such an interesting way. I mean, obviously, like, other stories have done this before, of, like, oh, you see things from this perspective, now you're seeing it from this other perspective. But I don't know, especially like with the information that we specifically get out of my face. With this information that we specifically have, where like just no one really has like a full picture of what's going on. Again, where I've never noticed like the sun like dripping light down onto everything right here. That looks really cool. Where like especially like everyone here, like all the characters of this perspective all think that Yasu's like the most dangerous like person ever or whatever. Like they're like, oh, like she's like manipulating like Honoka, and that could very well be true. Again, like I was having some like distrusty vibes from it before, but I have come around on trusting Honoka. But because they're getting the information fed in from Yonohara, obviously that's what they're gonna think is whatever Yonohara says about her. Essentially, that's all the information that they have to go off of. But then, so it's kind of like you're kind of seeing the story from the two sides of the sisters, essentially. Not like actually like having like the sisters themselves be like the center focus of it, but like the characters orbiting around them. So then you kind of, but you only know the information that each of the sisters wants to give the characters. And I think that's like a good choice to keep like the intrigue and like the mystery of everything going. Because like obviously, like let's say if this section started and we just like went into like Yonohara's past, like we were seeing from her perspective, obviously we'd get a lot more information on what's going on, and that's just information that the game just doesn't want to give us right now, obviously. Because I feel like it's very intentionally being like, oh, can you actually trust Yasui right now, kind of thing. Like, can Honoka do that? I'm back. I was trying to find all the times I died on stream. I couldn't. That's a lot of stream to go through. We played Undertale for a while. I think we had like before the Sands incident of 2025, I think we were at like 30 hours on the game or something like that. We had a lot of time into that game. So that's a lot of stuff to go back through, and that's where most of your deaths happen, I'm pretty sure. But welcome back. So yeah, it's interesting, especially because like, again, I don't know, it works well as a way to flesh out like all these characters, obviously, because like I was actually like really worried of like, oh, of 2025, and it's still 2025. Lol. Listen, we're close. Listen, what can I say? I'm just accurate. The only death I remember was actually a twofold stream. Well, no, because there was a time when you were on, I think it was when you were over on the YouTube side, actually, and someone came over and poured fertilizer on you. It was during some Unless that was during a twofold stream. It might have been. It might have been during a twofold stream that happened. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, though. I'm pretty sure that was an Undertale time. But I'm also pretty sure you did die during one of the twofold streams. But yeah. Because I was actually a little worried, like, with how focused the story was on Hanukkah, stop it, that's not her name, Honoka and Yasui, that I was like, oh, sucks that there are, like, these really cool characters, and, like that, you get the glimmers of the characters, and they have, like, really cool character designs and everything, and we're just not really gonna do anything with them. I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. Because, like, a lot of things do that. Like, so many people have complaints of, like, why'd you give this absolute banger of a character design to this character who has 5 seconds of screen time? That's stupid. And I agree when that happens. So, like, as it kept going, the more I kind of just resigned myself to being like, Shino and, like, Yasui will probably be, like, something. Not Yasui. Shino and Kaoru and Tatiana will probably be, like, something eventually, but, like, we're probably just not going to get, like, that much focus on them, which, again, I was like, that sucks, especially with, like, Kaoru being, like, perfect, in every way. So I was, like, really disappointed about that possibility. But then going over here and getting a lot into, like, their past and everything. Like, we literally just got Kaoru's backstory. And obviously there's, like, probably, like, a little bit more going on. But we got, like, a good heap of information about everything she's about. Also, like, the scene where she's just explaining all the gun stuff to us and, like, all about, like, how she gets the guns and everything. Everything I need right there. That was awesome. So yeah, I really like this. I really like this bit, especially because, again, I feel like Shino is probably the best character to do this from, because I feel like she has, like, the most, like, normal, not, well, I don't want to be, like, weird by saying the other people aren't normal, but, like, the most, like, grounded and average kind of outlook on all of this kind of stuff. Like, was it confirmed that she was a mage in this? I don't think it was. She was just kind of like, oh, that's crazy, man. When Honoka was bringing that kind of stuff up, but she seems just, again, just, like, have, like, just be, like, very, like, level-headed, like, very, like, kind of, like, down to earth and grounded with a lot of this kind of stuff. So we're getting, like, a lot of, like, her observations on these things, which, again, helps us from, like, finding out too much information about what's going on, because obviously, like, Kaoru and Tatiana are more, like, kind of, like, intact with this world, as far as, like, I can tell, at least. So I feel like being from, like, their perspectives would, like, be giving a little, like, playing the hand too soon kind of thing. So yeah. Also, Shino's just delightful. She's just a delightful person to be around, especially, like, actually, like, hearing all her thoughts during this scene. That's the thing, though. When some of these books, like, or, like, shows or stuff, like, actually be like, oh, now we're gonna go do these scenes from the other perspective. And then, like, I'm not going to say the name of the books just because I don't feel like because it's going to sound a little mean. There's a book series where the first book is from a character's perspective, and then the second book is from the other character's perspective, who is also through all those same events. And, like, the other character's perspective is just kind of repeating everything that happened in the first book, so it doesn't really add a whole lot. So I'm glad that this is actually, like, the thoughts she's having is, like, a lot of, like, oh, that's why that happened. Oh, this is why that happened, kind of thing. So it's, you know, actually, like, playing out very well. And it's also doing a very good job of, like, building out the world in a lot of nice ways. So it's just very good. It's just very good writing, you know? So yeah. Though I did find a clip of you saying you'd shoot me if I was in chat the moment I arrived in chat. Did I say that? I don't think I'd say that to you. Did I? I remember saying that, like, because the clip that gets me, I don't actually think it was ever clipped. I think it was just, like, a funny part of stream. I should honestly go back and clip it. Was talking about how next time I found Flowey, I'm gonna kill him, and then we walk through the door and Flowey's right there. I remember that part. I don't remember saying I'd shoot you if you arrived if you were here. I don't remember that part. Hang on. Is there a way that you can, like, link that clip in the chat? Is that a possibility? But yeah, it's just good stuff here. It's just good food, you know? Like, and that's what you come to these games for, is just good stories, good characters, good dialogue. Because, again, the fact that, like, when Tatiana started, like, being, like, all intense and serious, and my mind literally went, oh, no, Studio Salon, like, is, like, too good of a studio to have, like, an awkward transition like that. It's not gonna be that at all. And then I was right. It's like, again, that's just that good stuff. That's just, like, we're being served good food right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's awesome. I'm so glad to be back doing it. And I realize I'm very ADHD with how I like plan out streams and stuff. But I've been trying to think like I don't really think I want to do like reactions like every week on Sunday, especially with how much like visual novel stuff we have to catch up on. So I think there's a possibility that we might do like reaction streams like every other Sunday. Again, this is all me trying to like figure stuff out. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to like schedule weeks essentially and what we want to be doing. And if there wants to be like because I like to try and keep things like to a consistent level. That's why like outside of this week, this is like the only time we've ever like not done visual novels on Sunday when we were playing visual novels, is because I like to try and keep things as consistent as possible. Like, oh, Wednesdays are visual novel day, Tuesday or Thursdays are game day, and then, Sunday's something. Sunday's always been the inconsistent day. But I want to be catching up on all these visual novels, so I do think I might be switching back and forth between reactions and visual novels and just stuff like that. Because I've also always wanted to incorporate like doing like art and like art studies and stuff like on stream. I just don't know how feasible that is with like just all these other things that I want to be doing. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, regardless, that's probably where we are going to end actually reading for tonight. Again, it was a good time, such a good time. Again, that ending was it like having those last two scenes of Act 1 be the only thing left, because I could have sworn that we finished Act 1 last time. I could have sworn that we got the Act 2 thing. I could have sworn I remember popping off. I was just wrong, objectively so. I was proven wrong by playing the game today. Also, sorry if I sounded weird right there. I was kind of craning my neck to stretch it. And I kind of forget how mics work. But I could have sworn that we had finished Act 1. We obviously didn't. And the last two scenes we had of Act 1, one was just like adorable before turning really sad. And then the next, like the rest, like the final scene that we actually had was just so intense. So it felt like it was like that's such a heavy way to start the stream. I'm really glad that we had all these scenes after that of Act 2 to kind of keep us going a little bit, be a little bit happier essentially. So that's a good thing. But yeah, with that being said, next, not that, sorry, my brain's all over the place right now. On Sunday, we are going to be reacting to, though, all of the ZZZ character demos. Because again, and we're also going to be ranking them, because I love doing the rankings. I don't know. For some reason, doing that in like the Epic the Musical things was just like so much fun to me. I don't know what it was. Like, it wasn't just reacting. It's also like, I gotta rank all of these things, obviously. So I don't know. I see why people do so many tier lists. Not only do they get the clicks, I say as if my Epic things were uber popular. But I see like they get like clicks on other channels. It's just because they're fun to do, and I see why people do it so often outside of like getting the clicks. Like, it's just kind of fun to tier list things. Like, me and someone have been like planning to do like a tier list of like every single Pokemon in existence. And after doing the tier list for the Epic the Musical stuff, I really want to do it. I really want to get into it. So that's what we're gonna do. I just need to find like a good. I need to find like a good tier list. Hang on. Tier list. ZZZ. Character demo. Actually, I think we've been ranking them for even longer, because like during like the Genshin and Honkai stuff that we did, we also like we graded them on a scale of 1 to 10. We didn't have like a tier list or anything pulled up, but we did grade them. So like, I mean, we've always kind of been doing like the tier list and stuff and everything. But yeah, so we're going to be doing that. And then next week, we're obviously just going to be back with playing more Bloodborne. Yay. Yay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about those games where like every single time I go to play them, it just fills me with so much dread. But I can't stop coming back. I generally think it's like I'm a too determined kind of person, where it's like, just because this thing is beating me and I'm suffering doesn't mean I'm going to give up kind of thing. Even, granted, I probably should, because sometimes I'm not having fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll be back with Bloodborne. Again, I don't know how much more of Bloodborne we even have left. Again, I'm kind of guessing that we're like halfway through. It could be like one more stream. It could be like 10 more streams. Who's to say? I don't even know if I have the DLC. I think I have the DLC because Farian was telling me that we had like one of the items for it, but I don't know. And then yeah, we're going to be back playing more of this. We're going to be playing more of this next week on Wednesday, our usual time. But yeah. With all that being said, though, I'll see all you beautiful peeps in the next one. Bye-bye!